good one. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was.
Kurt, I forgot to change clothes. Oh, well. 3 pods in a row, same shirt.
YOLO.
Oh,
It's a cool shirt, to be fair.
it is my favorite shirt.
It's awesome.
I got this at Furnace Fest,
Nice.
and I can't stop wearing it. When I'm like, I do construction, so I don't have a lot of clean clothes days, but when I do, Sundays typically, that's why I'm always wearing the same 3 shirts.
Nice.
Yeah. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good. I woke up this morning, shot a music video,
Nice.
and then came here and started podcasting. It's been a long day.
Nice.
I told him what time you were and all he heard in his head was,
I was like, oh, 5. Yeah, I'll be home by, and he's like, no. He gets off at 5, and I was like, oh, shit. It's going to be like 6 o'clock. That's fine.
Sorry. I tried to get here as soon as I could. So.
No, it's fine. I don't listen good. It's just hilarious because this. How are you, man? You doing good?
Yeah.
So you work, I got questions. Can you answer things that are, because you work for the, what is it?
State Parks.
State Parks.
Yeah, Arkansas State Parks.
Are you a forest ranger?
I'm an interpretive ranger.
What's that?
That's a great question. I'm everything but law enforcement in the park. So I'm a medical first responder. I'm in charge of our exhibits, our trail events, anything to do with trail design, trail maintenance, anything to do with public events in the park, whether that be like a themed weekend, our fishing derbies, kids events and things, guided hikes, canoe floats, anything like that. I'm in charge of scheduling and organizing and running. When schools come and visit, they bring field trips out and stuff. I'm their contact. I'm the one who takes the kids out on the trails and stuff.
Okay.
That's my main duties, but everything else, I help with our front desk. I help with, planning larger statewide events through our tourism department, through the parks department. I'm a swiftwater kayak instructor for our department. I'm a search and rescue technician. A wilderness remote first aid certified, anything to do with search and rescue, medical response in the backcountry.
Dang, I bet that gets wild.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Finding dead bodies?
straight into it.
I don't have to deal with that as much. That's more law enforcement.
I see.
But keeping them
true.
alive
Yeah,
and
yeah,
getting
yeah.
them out,
Right.
yes. A lot of that.
I'm just interested, Kurt. Damn, bro.
That's a good question.
What about big cats?
Okay. Starting with the big questions right off the bat. I love it.
Well, so I'm a fan of the wilderness. I live in the woods and definitely have had run-ins with other animals you don't want to have run-ins with. But there for a while there, they were like, no, we don't have any big cats. And it's like, dog, we got big cats. And now they just found a couple of them locally. Oh, and the alligator problem we're running into now.
Okay. I've
Sorry,
got a couple
I'm all
things.
over the
No,
place.
it's great. I love it. I'll address the last thing first, the alligator problem.
Yeah.
It's not a problem.
It's not a
They're supposed
problem.
to be here.
Till you get bit by one.
Yeah.
But this far up in the state?
We're the northern edge of their range, but this is their historic range here through Little Rock and north.
Okay.
Their range goes as far north as right around Heber Springs.
They just did the one. They just found one in Sherwood or whatever.
Yeah. In fact, I've actually seen that one. My church owns the property right next to that swamp, so I've seen it out there for years and years. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And we're just now hearing about it. See, this is the problem.
The trammel gator. But
the trammel gator.
Yeah,
nice, okay.
he basks out there on the bank behind the church every now and then. But they're up the Cadron, north of Conway, up into Greenbrier and stuff. They're as far west as Russellville. Russellville has the famous one that lives right next to Tech's campus. All the students go and find it and stuff, basking. Bonadilla, it's the Bonadilla alligator.
Bonadilla alligator.
Bonadilla is the park that's there, the wetlands there on the side of Lake Dardanelle. They're in Lake Dardanelle. So yeah, historically, this is as far as their range goes. They just don't have a lot of interactions with humans. We aren't viewed as prey by them. We aren't in their food chain. We're their threat,
True. Yeah, for sure.
And the average adult's American alligator, which is what these species are, the females will get 10 feet is the average, and the males 8 foot. So that sounds large, but but if you think about what their prey is, they're eating things the size of house
Dogs, cats, chickens.
Yeah, chickens, waterfowl, things like that,
yeah.
and fish. So if you think, oh, it's eating a lot of fish, and then you look at me or you,
Right.
that's going to be a lot a big difference, you know.
So maybe a small child would be a danger, but not.
It's good to err on the side of caution, especially if you know that you're within their range and their territory, and they're known to be in that area.
Do they hang out in big lakes like Washita and Catherine? And
they can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure about those lakes specifically.
Yeah.
Some of the lakes out there are kind of cold for them, especially the spring-fed ones and stuff.
The deep ones, yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they aren't there, and it is within their range. So.
Wild.
But again, when's the last attack you heard of?
Never. But it's probably, so now that you've said that, now that I'm like, oh, I'm completely wrong in my assumptions, I have to rethink everything. So it probably is like everyone has a camera now. They've been around, but now it's just being documented and we're seeing it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I never saw an alligator at the lake swimming, but now that I'm like, oh, they're in Sherwood? Guess who's not going back in lakes anymore?
Oh, no. Give a healthy respect for the wildlife there and for the resource that you're in, but don't let that be a deterrent to get out and explore. You know? I mean, they aren't out to get you, as we aren't typically out to get them.
Right.
You know, most of the negative interactions between people and wildlife come from people being disrespectful to the wildlife.
Oh, okay.
People trying to handle it when they aren't supposed to. People
poke
trying
it with
to
a stick.
Yeah, poke it with a stick, pick it up and take a selfie with it. You know, all the Yellowstone pictures. There's one of my favorite Instagram accounts is Taurons of Yellowstone, and it's just pictures of people trying to touch the bison and people trying to walk across the
Dude, there's that one I don't know where it was. A lady gets out to try to pet a bear, and it's like, well, you're dead now. And then yes, she does die.
Yeah. So that's where
what are you doing?
That's where a lot of your negative interactions between people and wildlife come from. So if you aren't
From
out
stupid
trying
people.
to, if you aren't out slamming Bud Lights and trying to pick up the gators, you're going to be fine. Okay.
Damn it, Kurt! I still can't go in the woods, man.
So and then on to the big cat comment from earlier. We of course we have bobcats. We have bobcats all the way through the state.
Yeah.
As far as mountain lions go, we do have mountain lions in the state. Game and Fish has never claimed that we don't, but we don't have any evidence of a breeding population.
That's what it is.
Their range is huge. I mean, a few years ago, I used to work for the Forest Service, and a few years ago, like 6 or 7,
How cool is that
something
job?
like that. Fun. It's fun. Well, that one was fun. I was a volunteer for a summer as a camp host.
Oh, okay.
So they put me in an RV in a campground, and I just ran the campground
Oh,
for
you
a
weren't
summer.
up in like a tower or nothing?
So,
Oh,
no.
Man.
I was at a gate. But
Hi.
yeah, but it was fun though. It was fun.
Sure.
It was a college job. Got my foot in the door. Good experience and lots of fun people. But I was talking to one of the Forest Service folks there, and there was some Game and Fish guys out, and they were in the park just hanging out. And one of them, their job was to track big cats that had been collared and study their range and their habitats and things like that and their habits. And he was actually in Arkansas looking for a cat that they had put a collar on 3 months earlier in Montana.
Whoa.
So in 3 months, it had made it from Montana to that section of the Ozarks near the Magazine District. And that's what they do. They just wander. They wander for huge distances.
I didn't know it was that far. That's wild.
Yeah. So, you know, there are cats here, but they aren't breeding here. They aren't living here. They're wandering through. They're transient. It's usually transient males. They've got a huge territory.
They're
and
just
they're
looking
wandering.
for a female and...
and just, you know, they don't really kind of settle into one spot. They just kind of walk.
They just stay nomadic the whole time.
So
how far away is Montana, Kurt? What is that, like 20 hours? I feel like that's like a 20-hour drive. I feel like that's an insane...
Further than I want to walk in 3 months' time. How about that?
I was like, I don't think I'd make it out of the border of Montana. Like, he's like, 2 miles a day is pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, you know, we have at any one
So
time...
when they say
I
we
don't
don't
know the
have-
exact number. You know,
Right, no,
I'm
no,
not
yeah,
a
how
super
could you?
expert in
Sure.
that field, the biology field there, but...
No, that's great information.
If
So
I had
when
to
they
guess,
say they're
like
not...
anywhere between like 20 and 25, something like that, big
Just
cats at any
walking
one
through
time
that
in the
yeah.
state, but none of them are living here. None of them are from here. They're wandering.
That's why they kind of get...
1,400 miles.
Holy hell. 1,400 miles in 3 months.
Yeah.
So they're kind of just... So when they said that, okay, see again, you hear things out of context, and then you're like, I was so happy when Kurt told me you were coming on. I was like, oh, I've got so many questions.
Yeah. Bring them on.
Well, I you know, I was Boy Scouts all the way up to Eagle Scout, and then I quit. And it was for why you think. I mean, I loved it. So I love being outdoors and stuff. And that job seems fun. The guy in the tower, just out in the middle of nowhere, alone.
Yep.
Fire spotting. Wake up, coffee and a cigarette. What am I gonna do today?
Yeah. And those jobs have kind of disappeared as technology's grown and stuff. The fire spotters aren't really a thing anymore. I think there's like 2 national forests that maybe still employ spotters, but the rest of the time it's just plain, or there's enough technology or civilization is encroached enough that they can spot them without having lookouts and stuff. But
that's kind of a bummer.
that's another thing that I do for our department is I'm one of the burn bosses for Arkansas State Park.
So you do controlled burning?
Prescribed fires, things like that. Yep. I'm
prescribed fires.
Yeah. Yep. Call the doctor, baby.
Yeah. My blowtorch.
Yeah. In fact, we did a prescribed burn out at Pinnacle Mountain this week.
Really?
The Kingfisher Trail. It was 6.5 acres.
It's my
it was
favorite
the interior.
trail.
We burned the interior of that trail to remove flood debris.
Oh, okay.
We have native palmetto. Palmetto, this is about as far north as their range goes, just like those alligators. But we do have native palmetto that grow in our wetland areas and stuff, and they like fire. And so we were burning to help them. We've got a patch of them down in there.
Interesting.
Some of our wildflower species really like fire and stuff. So we were just doing an early spring burn to kind of clear that out.
Get all those minerals in there. Dude.
So,
promote good growth.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Remove some of that duff. Remove some of the fuel load there.
So controlled burns, do you burn in just small little sections, or do you just let it burn out? Like you got an area and just burn the whole area out?
Depends on your objective for that burn.
Oh, okay.
So this one, we were just burning the interior of that trail. That trail's, it's for anyone who doesn't know, that's a paved half-mile loop. And so we just burned the interior of that loop. We used the trail itself as the fire break, and just really simple, quick burn.
Do you shut it down, or do you let people get crazy?
No, we control the crowds during that and stuff, and we burned it on a weekday when it wasn't very busy and stuff. We do want to be respectful to the public. That's an ADA accessible trail. It's one of our handicap trails in the park.
Oh, I see.
You don't want to close that down because that's one of the trails that anyone can do and is accessible. So, yeah, that's a quick in and out. And
I can't imagine there's a lot of that, right? ADA accessible.
It's becoming more common, which I love.
Yeah.
But there aren't that many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So. How do you get into the like? You apparently you have 4,000 hobbies because you came in here, you got a camera, we were talking about all kinds of stuff, and I was like, the pod ain't even started yet.
I'm a jack of all trades and a master of none, and I love it.
Same. I have the same thing.
Yeah, I could give you a list, but this is the career that I wanted to do. I went to school for this. Actually, I have a bachelor's of science in park interpretation.
Really?
Yep. That's Arkansas Tech University, Russellville.
That's awesome.
Yep. It's a mouthful. I have a bachelor's of science in recreation and park administration with an emphasis on interpretation. And then I have an associate's in museum and archiving.
Museum archiving?
Yeah.
Of course you do. So, that's wild.
Yeah.
You just walk around finding trinkets all day and be like, nah, I know what this is.
Yeah, pretty much. But that's what I wanted my career to be in, my main career. I've always been super passionate about the outdoors. I've always been super passionate about education in the outdoors and connecting people with the outdoors, with nature, with recreation, through all of that. That's always been one of my biggest passions and biggest hobbies. But I've got a lot of other stuff that goes with it. I kind of dabble in everything.
Sure. And photography is a good one if you're going to be outside all day.
Yep.
Nature doesn't have to try hard to look cool.
Yeah. That's my other big one. That is actually my other career. So
photography?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I can tell by the giant box for the camera. I was like,
yeah, it happens. But I do. Yeah. I run Conway Photography Club. My business is Analog Arkansas. So
awesome.
I teach people. I do like developing workshops where I teach people how to develop their own film.
I like teaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I run the Instagram account Mystery Roll. So I buy rolls of film off eBay that have already been shot, and I go to thrift stores and pull rolls out of cameras and stuff.
Come on.
And I develop them and post them and see what's on them and stuff.
That's on Instagram?
Yeah. Mystery Roll.
Mystery Roll?
Yeah,
I'm
Mystery Roll.
following that.
I haven't posted on there in a while. I moved to this park about a year ago, and I just haven't unpacked a lot of stuff from storage still. So I haven't been developing a lot lately. What I have been has just been client work. So I'm a little bit behind on posting on that one, but it's coming soon.
So where'd you work before that? Russellville?
No, Woolly Hollow State Park, a different state park just north of Conway.
Okay.
Then before that, Petty Jean. Then before that, Pinnacle. And before that, the Forest Service for a while.
Oh, okay.
So kind of been all over.
All over the state?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
All over the River Valley. Pretty much only worked in the River Valley and the Ozark Plateau.
That's probably good, though. The
Yeah.
more you know about it, become I assume you'll have a hierarchy, like a senior officer or something. Like the guy at the top.
No, not really.
Really?
No. I
Kinda
mean,
all the same?
not as far as education goes, but in the park
Oh,
there's
fair.
we've got like the superintendent, the assistant superintendent, and then the branch is down below that. So
I
I'm
gotcha.
directly under the superintendent. That's my chain of command. But you don't go through those levels from becoming more knowledge on the resource or anything.
Yeah.
It's through training and through experience and other stuff.
So if you go to school for that, you just get to be outside all the time?
I'd say about 50%.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. It's not 100%. It's not a landscaping job or anything, but it's better than an average office job, that's for sure.
I mean, I think most things are probably better than an office job. Unless you got one of those wicked work from home jobs.
Yeah.
That dream job.
Hey, I work from home every day.
There you go. Because I live in the woods.
That's right. Live in the
Help.
park. Walk out the front door, straight to the visitor center.
Do you really?
Not at this park, but at the
Oh.
other parks, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
They do provide my housing. I live in an apartment.
What?
Yeah.
Girl, I'm about to get my bachelor's degree, dude.
There you go. Come on.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. At Woolly Hollow, you could see the visitor center from my front porch. So,
You're
I'd
just
literally walk out to work, right down the road and into the office.
Guess I better head in.
Yeah.
Got 4 minutes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You get to make your own hours, or is there like a set thing?
Just kind of depends.
Yeah.
But generally, I'm there when it's busiest for the public because my job is interfacing with the public and the resource, So, I work weekends. That's just I always work weekends.
I don't know
'Cause
how
that's
you
when
can
the park's
escape it.
busy.
Yeah.
And then, a lot of, I try to have a pretty set schedule just because that makes it more, consistent for school groups and
fair,
there's
yeah.
different school districts that are
Mhm.
planning field trips and things like that. They always know, okay, they're available on these days or they're available on these days or whatever and during these times. So it just makes it a little bit easier to plan and schedule when I have a consistent schedule. But it's subject to change pretty
Interesting.
often and does change pretty
Is
often.
school like y'all's biggest thing?
Well, that's Pinnacle Mountain's mission is to provide education in the outdoors to that's the mission of that park and the purpose of that park. It's
Okay.
to allow people to recreate, but our main mission is actually education in the outdoors. So yeah, we serve the whole greater Little Rock area. There's school districts teaching school kids. We go and visit schools and teach them about habitats, teach them about wildlife, whatever resource is relevant to our park and relevant to what they're learning. And then we bring them to the park and teach them in the resource itself.
Man.
And not just schools. I mean, civic groups, community groups. We do a lot of stuff with Scouts, Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts. We do a
What
lot
about,
of
like,
stuff
old
with like
people?
the 4-H center and stuff
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
There's a couple of different
Like
groups
nursing
of,
homes or something?
Yeah,
Mhm.
we do a lot of nursing home things. So
Yeah.
that's the park's mission.
That's cool, dude.
Yeah.
What a wicked job, man.
It's a lot of fun. I'm biased, but it's fun.
Well, I mean, you don't have. Yeah, that seems like every day is different. What's something wild you've seen?
Mm.
Give me something. Not a dead body. I took it too far. I
No,
apologize.
no.
That was like the
Yeah,
first question.
I've been there, done that. But
Lions, alligators, dead people. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's
Do you have to
see.
do scuba if you're doing that, or you have to be like scuba certified or
No.
anything like water? No.
There are some parks.
Probably like CPR though, right?
Oh
Like
yeah.
standard.
Oh yeah. CPR and infant CPR
Mm-hmm.
certified both. I renew that every year. My search and rescue technician is once every 2 years. Wilderness remote first aid is once every 2 years.
Wow. Y'all keep it up,
Oh, yeah.
maintain it, the
Yeah.
skill level.
Yeah, oh yeah, and we use it too. I
Right.
mean, yeah, there's a lot of medicals, especially at Pinnacle.
I could, yeah. It's a bunch of children and all, but yeah, you're gonna have some things go. Happen.
Yeah, and it's a mountain with strenuous trails and stuff, and mountain
People
bike
fall
trails.
down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, mountain bike. Oh.
Yeah. And then Petty Jean, of course, I worked at Petty Jean. A lot of stuff there, strenuous trails,
Right.
lots of people. So it just happens, And it's our job to keep people safe in our resource. And then if there is an accident or an injury, to help them. So,
Right. How many people's on like a mountain at any given, like what you're doing?
Pinnacle today probably saw 12 to 15,000 people today.
What the fuck?
Yeah. It was a busy day. We were directing traffic
It was
starting
like
at 9
80
o'clock
degrees
this
today,
morning.
yeah.
Yeah, it's the nicest day of the year so far
It's
this
so-
weekend.
And I've been inside all day. I was so upset when I saw what the temperature was going to be like, no, I could be outside doing stuff.
So, yeah.
15,000.
Yeah, it's a lot.
God.
One of the gnarliest.
How many rangers are corralling 15,000 people?
Depends on the day. On a weekend like today, like 2 or 3 law enforcement and then 2 or 3 interpreters.
6 people.
Yeah, but then we'll also have visitor center staff. We'll have maintenance.
True.
So the whole crew, there's probably like 8 or 9 people on a weekend.
That still seems
and
shockingly
then
low.
13 on the weekday, 13 or 14 total. We have 14, I think, employees, or 16, something like that.
Oh, okay. So it's all hands on deck throughout the week, and then
it kind of rotates through,
Yeah.
because people can't work 7 days a week. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's actually a little bit lighter on the weekends with staffing because we can get more done on the weekdays when there's less people. So we have more maintenance in on the weekdays because that's when we can get big projects done and things like that.
Sure.
And there'll usually be like 1 or 2 maintenance on the weekends, and they're just doing trash cans and cleaning up litter and stuff like that.
Okay.
Kind of lighter duty.
Yeah. I don't think about these things. That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks.
Dang.
Cool.
Well, I have to go hang out on the mountains, Kurt. That sounds fun, dude.
It's a lot of fun. You were asking me what some of the coolest things I've seen. Probably one of my coolest things I've ever seen while working is the sunrise at Pettigene. I mean,
I bet.
you can't compare.
Off the edge there with the
fog,
God.
the sea of fog down below and
crap.
stuff. Yeah. So that's just, I used to wake up and go watch the sunrise and then go to work. I'd watch it every morning when I was up there, and it was so worth it.
That's a drug. What a way to start a day.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Let me check out God's art real quick.
Yeah. And then, let's see, there is the trigger warning to anyone listening on animal death, but
Sure.
last year at Pinnacle, I was watching a family of ducks walk across the road. It's like mama duck and like 6 babies, and I was stopped in the road, like, because they were crossing in front of me, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I was like trying to pull out my phone to film it. It was in my backpack, and while I'm sitting there like unzipping my backpack, a red-shouldered hawk swoops in and grabs one of the ducklings and flies off with it. My jaw was on the floor, dude. And there was like this mom with all these kids in the minivan, like on the other side of the road, like coming from the other way, and you can see all the kids just like screaming and stuff, dude.
What a moment.
I'm having to try and keep a straight face for this family. So just like stuff like that, you know.
It's nature, kids. Are you allowed to interfere
is.
with nature, or is it against the rules?
It depends.
Oh, okay.
It's situational. Of course, our job is to protect and preserve the natural resources there. So if we have to step in, we will, but we're pretty hands-off.
Like if there's like an invasive species moving in.
We do. Yeah, we absolutely remove invasive species from the park. And in fact, we get a lot of volunteer groups. There's kids, high school kids that are needing volunteer hours. The scouts do volunteer stuff. That's my job, is volunteer coordination. Yeah. So yeah, we bring people in and have them pull privet and cut an andina out and kudzu and whatever else.
Yeah.
There's a lot of projects like that always going on in the park. And then, occasionally it's something like a deer gets hit by a car or something, and we'll put it down, things like that. Yeah. But other than that, we've got like quail fields and pollinator fields that we're working on quail habitat restoration and stuff. So we are trying to restore some different species to the park and restore their population and their habitats and things. So we do work in that regards. We have beehives in the park. We're working on doing stuff with pollinators and native wildflowers.
Bring our bees back, man.
That's right. Our native bees, too,
Yes.
instead of the European ones. Yeah.
Get that good honey.
Yes.
That delicious nectar. It's so much different when you have it from your real. It's unbelievably good.
Mm-hmm.
And it shrinks like that crap in the bottle ain't got nothing on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
So we do projects like that all the time. But as far as like, we don't do a lot of like population control.
Right.
We don't do as our agency.
Yeah,
there are other agencies in the state that do that.
Right.
And that's their mission.
Yeah.
But Pinnacles, that's not our mission. That's not our goals. That's not our agency's goals.
Right. Okay. So if something moves in, you might have to call somebody. It's like a boar invasion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or coyotes. They're friggin' ridiculous.
Yep.
They're out by my house.
We have had hogs in the past at Pinnacle and stuff, and Game and Fish has trapped them and stuff and removed them. So.
Oh, they just trap and remove? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what they do with them, but they do something with them.
They don't name it, that's for sure.
But I started there a year and a half ago, and they trapped them on private property near the park. They would like come through the park, but they weren't living in the park, so we didn't really have to deal with it too much. But yeah, they've got like big cage things that they just like put feed in, and then they come and drop the cages. And
Yeah. They trapped when I was younger, they trapped the bear in my friend's front yard. That was tight.
That's pretty cool.
It was walking through our yard too, so we had one of the big barrel. It walks in and the gate slams down. And I was like, dude, I hope we get to see it. Nah. I saw it on TV. They tranked it out of a tree.
Nice. That's
onto
awesome.
a trampoline.
That's awesome.
I think it was probably like, I must have been like 3rd or 4th grade. It was super long time ago. Probably, how old are you in the 3rd grade? 10?
8.
8?
Yeah.
Sounds like 32 years ago. That's crazy. That's wild.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Man, that's cool, dude. The thing about the lions is so like, okay, duh. People should say more stuff when they say shit, because it's like, oh, they're saying we don't have mountain lions. And it's like, well, they're walking through, because then you see the trooper cam, it hit the one that hit it. And it's like, well, that's clearly a mountain lion.
Yeah.
You said we don't have any. Yeah, we don't have any that live here because they don't. That's so
there's no breeding population. So technically, while there are mountain lions in the state, we don't have mountain lions here. We can't count them as a species that, we can't count them as a species in Arkansas like that because we don't have a breeding population.
So interesting.
The ones that are here could be gone next month.
Right.
Yeah, there could be times in the state where there's not any. You never know.
Right.
So it's scientifically they can't say that we have them, like that, because we don't. But
it makes so much sense.
Yeah. I don't know. And again, I'm not a biologist. I'm not an expert on the population side, and I'm not an expert by any means on that stuff as much as Game and Fish is. At my park, our agency we're more connecting the public with the outdoors and providing recreation opportunities and experiences for families and for folks in the outdoors. So I don't do as much with that.
So how long have you been doing this? How old are you?
I'm 29.
29?
Yep.
Okay, so
I started
4
when I
years
was
of
like
college?
21.
21?
Yeah. When I was still in college, that's when I was working for the Forest Service.
Oh, okay. Like an internship thing?
No, I mean, it was a volunteer work in the summer when I was at that camp post. I got a stipend. I got $20 per day. So,
hey, man, at 21, that's not, I mean, you're like, at least I can eat.
Yeah, that's all it did was eat. I had a little motorcycle that got like 80 to the gallon and could only go 40 and, lived off of it. I'd drive to Dardanelle with a duffel bag and fill up all my groceries from Walmart there in Dardanelle and put on back into the forest. But yeah, it was fun. And then I did an internship at Pinnacle in 2017.
Oh, okay.
And then 2018 started at Petit Jean, was at Petit Jean all of 18. Then end of 18 through the end of 22 was at Woolly Hollow. And then since the end of 22, I've been at Pinnacle, back at Pinnacle.
What did that look like when everything was closed down, the pandemic? Were you just going to work going, I guess we're here?
It was crazy busy. Interpretation fell to the wayside because we weren't doing education programs. We weren't doing groups. We weren't facilitating volunteer events and things. My job pretty much became directing traffic and
pulling weeds.
No, I mean, it was busy. That was the busiest time of my life.
Really?
Yeah. Well, because everything was closed, but parks were open. They were encouraging people to get outdoors, right?
Oh, outdoors. Yeah.
So the parks, that's the busiest they've been ever historically. So
wild.
Yeah, because everything else was closed, but the parks were open.
Yeah, us musicians were suffering.
Yeah. I'm sorry. But no, we were absolutely slammed. So our campgrounds were closed, but that meant that we don't have people here overnight right now. That means we can fix stuff that we usually can't fix because there's always people here.
Right.
So it's like go to try and get stuff done while there's no one in the parks. And then during the day, it's just like try and swim because there's twice as many people in a park as what the infrastructure can handle. So it's like at Woolly, we're having thousands of people over what would be normal. It'd be like a random Tuesday, and we'd have 100 people on kayaks in the water.
Yeah, everyone's home. They're all like, I got to do something.
Yeah, well, we're on septic lines, We've got a wastewater plant. So we're trying to run a wastewater plant that's operating at like 300% capacity.
That's a lot of doo-doos.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and like,
what?
You just don't have the staff for that much trash and waste.
Right.
And then, since the bathrooms are overcrowded. People are just going in the woods everywhere. So then you have
Oh
to deal with
my
all the litter
God,
and
dude,
stuff.
are you kidding?
And then, people are like,
Sir, stop shitting in the woods.
yeah.
Do it.
but, and I feel like a lot of people, it was a stressful time for a lot of people.
Yeah,
you know?
true. Yeah,
and unfortunately, that then reflected from them onto employees a lot of times. So you're dealing with a lot of like people who are unsatisfied or unhappy with how the parks are handling the crowds. And we just drove an hour to get here, and what do you mean the park's closed because it's too full? And it's like, I don't have anywhere to park you. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you.
But
Real Karen
that's just
behavior.
how it goes.
Yeah.
That's just how it goes.
I mean,
So
you don't have to be.
we still tried to be as accommodating as possible. So
Like, that stinks, but just go to
on
a
camera,
different
we try to be as accommodating as possible.
They do. And they do a good job, too. Yeah, you. Quit harassing these folks. You try to do it, Cynthia.
The director of state parks, if you're listening, I love you. Please don't hate me. We try our best to love the public.
Same.
To anyone who's not the director that's listening, we actually do love you. Keep coming to the parks.
We need the money. We need the well, they don't pay. It's all free, right? You don't pay to go to a park. Do you?
Arkansas State Parks is free.
Awesome.
There's I think the only park you pay to enter is Crater of Diamonds.
Oh,
and even then, you
true.
only have to pay to dig, but you can go to the visitor center for free and
just
stuff.
hang out.
Yeah. Now you got to pay to camp and all that stuff. And
You can camp there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've never been.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
should.
Well, and I just meant all of our parks in general. You have to pay to camp in our state parks and
Oh, yeah.
to get a
duh.
cabin or a lodge
But
room and
it's so
stuff.
cheap.
And there's certain interpretive events that charge, like our canoe floats and kayak floats out at Pinnacle Mountain. You can sign up for those and stuff, but there's a small fee associated. This weekend we had a Dutch oven workshop where we taught people how to cook using historic methods with Dutch ovens,
That's awesome.
which is the state kitchenware. I don't know if you knew
the
that.
Dutch oven is the state kitchenware?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
So we taught people how to properly maintain their cast iron and then gave them the opportunity to cook hands-on and try their own recipes and stuff and make a couple of meals. So we do stuff like that. Those involve a fee, but any of our guided hikes and
And
stuff
you get
like
to
that.
teach all that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's wicked.
It's not just me. There's 3 of us at the park. So 2 full-times and a seasonal.
Man, did people age out of this job, or is this something you're doing forever?
Forever.
Really?
I think the oldest interpreter in the national parks, she's either retired already or retiring soon, but she was 90-something or 100. Yeah. Famous. Yeah, famous interpreter. I think she was over 100. I think is. She's still alive.
Right.
But it's a job for any age. And the thing is, there's so many different resources in parks that anyone can get into interpretation. A lot of state parks that you might go to are just a museum. It's a museum talking about the history there. So you could be a historian that specializes in a very
I might have just found my
specific thing.
retirement job,
Yeah,
man.
no, really, it is for a lot of folks. And
Golly.
it pulls from a wide knowledge base and a lot of different resources and different backgrounds. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Oh, man. I'm mystified by this. This is awesome.
Never too late.
Interesting thought process is happening in my brain. Man, that's wild. Dude,
Yeah.
you get to teach. Hey, I'm going to teach you how to cook food in this awesome way.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're doing pork tenderloins tonight. And you're
Hey,
just
I'm
hanging
in.
out.
I'm in. Yeah.
Dude, the hardest part would be
We did a pizza yesterday.
You did a pizza, an outdoor
We did a Mountain Man breakfast.
Dutch oven pizza.
We did I'm trying to remember the type of chicken. Buffalo Ranch chicken pizza.
Okay. Yeah. Oh wow.
And then a peach cobbler for dessert.
Good Lord. All outside, all
All in the Dutch oven.
Put your logs on top and on bottom.
Yeah.
You want to make sure the thing stays hot.
You can tell how hot they're burning by the amount of ash on the coals and stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah, it's
I bet you've
there's
learned
a
all
science.
the stuff. Yeah, for sure.
I'm not the best. I use some cheats sometimes, but
Looking inside to see if it's done.
you don't open it up.
No, you don't want to look. Yeah, you don't open it.
But
It's like opening a crock pot. Well, there goes 30 minutes.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's always changing, which I love personally. I never know.
That's a beautiful thing about a job. I can't do the same thing every day. That makes me crazy.
And I get to meet so many people too. Again, tourism.
Right.
People are coming from all over the place to visit and stuff. So I can't even tell you how many different people I've met from out of country, from that are
say all over the
visiting
world
and
for
traveling.
sure,
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I went to the Sequoia National Forest in California, and we were maybe the only Americans in the group.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was wild.
The last time I was at the Grand Canyon, I was
I went there
sitting in a spot for 3 hours trying to get some photos of the storm coming in. And the entire time I was there, I don't think I heard another person speak English.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
legitimately, it's
Oh,
just
actually.
a huge draw. Yeah, and so I love that.
And that's
I love that.
That's America. Like
Yeah.
I love that.
Yes, it truly is. Yeah.
Yes.
So-
It's like the greatest thing. You can be just like, there was definitely like a Japanese couple, there was a French couple, and I'm just like, dude, this rule. And you're in the most majestic place on the planet.
Yeah.
There's
And-
you don't know any different.
Right.
And you're like, oh, okay.
but you're all experiencing wonderment.
That's the thing.
It's-
You're all there for the same reason,
Yes.
for similar reasons. You're all getting to experience the same thing there together, and it just really brings people together. It across language barriers, across cultural barriers, across other things. You all are all there because something drew
Yes.
you to it, and then it's my job, my career,
Right.
my purpose is to then connect you with it.
Oh, it calls to me. That thing changed my life, that forest. There's something super duper special and unknown in that place. Just, I didn't want to leave. We got there. I didn't realize that it still snowed up there when we went. And I was like, I don't care. I was out there for an hour just in my t-shirt, just hanging out, just waiting. I was like, dude, this is unreal.
Nice.
The trees are skyscrapers, literally the size of skyscrapers.
I've only been to the Redwoods once. It was in 2021.
So you went up North
It
California?
was yeah, I don't remember.
Because the sequoias are in Southern
we
California.
flew into San Francisco and then went north from there through the Redwoods.
The
So we were in
Redwoods.
Redwood State and National
Yeah.
Park. And then there was a couple other parks up there that we went through. I forget the names of all of them, but it was the coastal highway and just
Yeah,
off
yeah,
of
yeah.
it and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, we never made it down south as far as Sequoia National Forest or whatever.
It's
National Park.
I have photos I'll show you after.
Perfect.
Remind me.
Okay.
I am infatuated with them. You know that you can just, it's not illegal to grow them, but we didn't know they existed till like the 1800s, something like that. They found them just hiking through mountain trails and be like, what is this? And they only grow up there, way up there. Dude.
And they're one of the trees that requires fire.
Yeah,
The-
there's burn spots everywhere.
Yeah.
They do fires all the time up there, and they cull them. And man, when you see them cut, like what the fuck is
Yeah.
that thing? It doesn't look real.
You're like, I'm standing on a piece of wood the size of my living room, and this was just a tree. Okay.
yeah, the branch.
Go
so
off,
we
I
went to
guess.
the General Sherman. It's the biggest tree in the world.
Yep.
And we went to it, and the branch on that is as big as the biggest pine tree you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And that's just a branch.
Yeah.
I have a panorama of it. Like you can't. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Your
do it
brain
any
can't
justice.
comprehend.
You can't comprehend it. And what's crazy is when you're walking through the forest, you can't see the biggest tree in the world because all the other trees are
There's a
damn near
forest
as
underneath
big.
it.
Yes.
There's a forest
It's just
underneath
like,
it.
What? Oh man, I'll never. It's like I'll have to go back my whole life just to go and catch a glimpse and be like, oh yeah, I forget like how crazy this place is.
200.
Yes, 275 feet tall.
Yeah.
The tallest tree is like 300, and it's where you are, but it's not disclosed.
Yep.
They won't tell anybody where it's at.
Have you seen
it's
someone did a landscape photo of the whole tree. They used a cable system, and
I have seen it.
yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember if it was National Geographic or Discovery or one of the big.
I think it was National
I
Geographic.
think it
'cause
was
they
Nat
had
Geo.
a fold out in it.
Yes.
Yes.
But they he took like 300 shots. He
Right.
dropped a camera and took like 300 some shots and combined
Stitched them all together,
and,
yes.
Yeah, stitched them, and it's so cool. It's on. There's a YouTube video on the behind the scenes of that photo and the making of it and stuff.
I went when we got there, and it was like on the ride home. I was like, I Googled everything. I was like, did you know that they're root systems? You would think it'd be a mile deep. No, they're a few inches under the ground, but they're an acre wide.
Yeah, huge spread.
The footprint
like
on that-
cypress. That's
yes,
how cypress works too.
Same, yeah, massive footprint. And then I did learn that if you can grow pine trees, oak trees, and cedar trees, it's a solid candidate to grow sequoia trees. Guess what's in my yard?
Pine,
All three
oak, and
things.
cedar. Okay.
Lots of them too.
You gonna plant some?
So you can't take from the national park, but you can
Correct.
buy them from the national park.
Okay.
So they collect the pine cones. Which guess how big a pine cone on a sequoia tree is?
So I
Like a little baby.
yeah. I was gonna say I know this because
Yeah.
they teach you in the Burn Academy.
There you go.
But yeah, they aren't as big as you'd think. Not like the redwoods.
I was thinking like, this gargantuan thing, and then we're like, you can't even see them. They look like just little pebbles or acorns on the ground, and you just pick them up, and you're like, well, how about that?
Yeah. You munch away.
You just eat the pine cone.
I'm just kidding.
So I was like, maybe, and I live in a spot where if it actually took, one, the friggin' park people would probably be like, how'd you do this? Because I think they've only gotten them grow in like Japan and somewhere else. They don't just grow. That's just a good idea for where, but the amount of water they need, like I guess they love cold.
Temperate.
Yeah. The bark on that tree is 3 foot thick.
Yeah. That's sick.
There's a slit in it where the bark, I guess, split from a storm or something. It's like in a photo, you're like, oh yeah, it's like I could stand in it.
That's
like,
cool.
Yeah. God, it's so magical. I'm
I'm
going
open these
back.
pretzels.
Open
Want
it.
some?
I'm going back on my birthday, my 40th birthday.
Cool.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to spend my day. I just want to go. Huh? What? This year.
This year.
Like in like 2 months, 3 months. Oh, I'm good. I had a whole thing. I'm dieting. I can't do sugar or none of that. No
I got
salt.
the tortilla chips.
Got a heart
No
thing.
salt too.
Yeah.
Rip in peace.
Minimal.
I'll pour one out for you.
Yeah. It's freaking dumb, dude.
Balls and rice.
Yeah. I can't add sodium. I'm not, I didn't use table salt to begin with. I like sea salt, but even that, I'm like, okay, I guess I won't make my food taste better. It's like just eat regular stuff. God, find vegetables you like. And I was like, yeah, I guess I will because I don't want to die.
That's fair.
I
guess.
just about did. It
So
was pretty.
you said for your 40th,
Uh-huh.
you're going back to Sequoia?
Yeah.
That's cool. What draws you to that over the other parks you visited?
Well, I don't know if I can tell you.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, I can tell you off air.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back.
Yeah. No, Kurt knows. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's actually very beautiful, the whole sentiment of it all. But there's something out there that I just said I'm gonna have to go there forever. It's just something. And then when you get there, you just, dude, there's something in here. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. You want to say magic, but that's not it.
Mm-hmm.
Just, oh my God, it just shook me all the way down to my core.
Well,
Because I saw the Grand Canyon, the Hoover Dam, and that in the same day.
wow.
In 24 hours, I saw all three of those things. And I was like, I looked at my brother when we got there and I was like, dude, I don't think humans are supposed to experience this much like in this short amount of time. Because we Grand Canyon, made it to Vegas, went to the Hoover Dam, went to Vegas, woke up the very next morning, just a few hours later, and drove in. It's like 3 hours away and then an hour up a mountain, like 7,000 something feet. And there it is. And it's weird too, because I don't know if it's like this in the Redwood Forest, but you're just going up this mountain and the trees are normal. And then they're like, well, that's a big oak tree. And they just turn it. It's like dinosaurs up there. And you're just like, that's a little bigger. And then they're just like, you're driving in between them and you're like, oh my God, looking like this. You can't see the tops of them.
Some of the redwoods that we drove through is like that.
Yeah.
But I can't even imagine. It's dude, yeah. Yeah.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
I tell everyone I meet,
You've got to go. Quit your job.
That's it.
Travel the parks.
Do your life a favor.
Max out your credit card. No, I'm just kidding.
It did cost about $5,000 to make that trip.
Really?
Well, hotels and we stayed. It was like we did a week. I think it was 5 days. We went all the way there and back. But we stopped in New Mexico. They have the darkest place in America is in one of their parks. It's like the furthest away from light pollution. It's like a 4. It's like the darkest place you can get. And we get there and it was cloudy because I wanted to see the Milky Way because you can see it with your bare eyes there, which...
You can see it with your bare eyes here in Arkansas.
Yeah, but...
I promise.
I want to see it like Our ancestors saw it. No light pollution whatsoever. I just want to
But we have some good spots you can see it.
gaze into infinity. I need to do more drugs, Kurt. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do drugs.
Don't do
kids.
drugs. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Press F for doubt.
Stick to pretzels and
Yeah.
gluten-free cider.
Black apple cherry limeade cider.
I will say this is very good.
It's from Springdale.
Yeah.
It's
local. Yeah, it's local.
Oh,
Yeah, black apple. I've never had the cherry limeade. That's why I grabbed it.
that's what I just drank. It was very good.
I've only had the hibiscus, and I've only had that at the hall in Little Rock.
Oh, you
have
go
a-
concerts?
Oh, all the time.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a metalhead.
What?
Oh yeah.
Well,
you
now
didn't
we
know
gotta-
you have a metalhead on the show right
well,
now.
come
But
on.
yeah, I play guitar. I play bass a little bit. But I
Oh, yeah, you
sing.
play
I
guitar.
scream.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you been in bands? Is this? Are
No.
you somebody I would be familiar with and don't remember?
Not at all. No. I've played live like once or twice for some
That's
friends
it?
and stuff, and that's it. But yeah.
You don't feel compelled to be like, I need to be out there doing
Well,
this.
I work weekends, and shows are usually on the weekends.
fair.
And then most of my friends aren't very musical, and then have so many other hobbies and interests and passions
True,
that
you can do with
I
your
can't.
job.
I love music. I love creating in all forms and arts. But it wouldn't be fair to me to commit to a band when I've
feel
got
that.
so many other obligations. So it's just never happened. But
Yeah.
like I said, I've played for friends before for some live shows of theirs, and
Yeah.
then I've filled in before here and there, like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Played bass once 10 years ago for someone. I was like, yeah, sure. But
I'll go to Story, Arkansas, and play with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, worship teams a few times.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
someone calls in, say, "Hey, can anyone play the drums?" No, but I can try.
It goes boots,
Yeah.
cats, boots.
I hope you like a 4/4 beat because that's all you're getting
Do
for
you
the
know
day.
Boots and cats?
Yeah. But no, yeah, I post stuff every now and then on YouTube and stuff.
That's cool. YouTube.
Thanks.
Oh, you like do it? You're like a bedroom musician.
Yeah, there's like shorts and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
I'll do
Shorts.
covers and things.
Oh, you know how to make shorts?
Mhm.
I'm.
I'm a photographer.
That's
Got
fair.
to.
That's fair.
I've been
You're like a
making-
real photographer. You're out here like I do black room in my kitchen, or dark room. Sorry.
Dark rooms. Yeah.
You're like I have
Yeah.
a bag and I wear gloves and I can just do it with the lights on because modern technology is
That's
cool.
right. Yes. Yes. But yeah, I don't know. I do it all.
What kind of metal? What are we talking about? Like from the radio?
Everything.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I'm talking
I
like
didn't mean to insult you.
no,
I'm
no.
just wondering.
Black Dahlia Murder. Love Black Dahlia Murder.
Hey.
Really love like August Burns Red.
Okay.
Lorna Shore. I've been at like all their shows anywhere close to the area.
Okay.
I really like In Flames, like their early stuff.
Yeah.
Power metal, anything like 90s Scandinavian stuff, I'm there,
Oh, so you're in. You're in there.
I love it.
You're in the weeds. Yeah.
Crabcore. I will die on the hill that Crabcore is the best
I'm
genre.
there, dude.
Yeah. I've been to 3 Devil Wears Prada concerts in the past year, and I'm gonna go to another here soon, hopefully.
Maybe not now Attack, but like
I love
original Attack is
all
fun.
of it. I love it all.
I love their first 2 records are untouchable to me.
Oh,
I love them.
Someday Came Suddenly.
Dude,
I'm there.
every
Put
song.
me there. Yeah.
Every song is a banger.
Asking Alexandria, they're one that has Airleon and whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the album.
I don't
but,
know. I don't know albums or songs. So I just go.
That one's fire.
I just know bands.
I really mess with Motionless in White's first few albums.
First few albums, yeah.
All their stuff's good. Is it Chris? Is Chris Motionless? Is that his name?
Yeah.
I like him. I think he's cool.
I'm too picky for later things. I'm one of those guys. I like the old shit.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I like let's see. I listen to, of course I say it and then I forget his name, but the guy that writes all the music for the metal show on Adult Swim.
The
Metalocalypse. Yeah, I listen to
Metalocalypse.
that.
There you
I
go.
listen to those soundtracks and things and what's his name. And then I really like Jason Richardson, his stuff with like Born of Osiris.
Okay.
and-
Is that what you're playing too?
I wish.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
play Jason Richardson. Get out of here.
I don't know.
But I'll play Black Dahlia Murder stuff, and I think I've got a few covers on YouTube, shorts, and
Yeah?
things. And then
Yeah.
I play a lot of All That Remains.
Okay.
I love early All That Remains.
Yeah.
Any of that.
Dang. You ever like grab an acoustic and just head up top of a mountain and just sit up there by yourself?
No.
Oh man,
Sorry.
I would do that.
I actually don't even have an acoustic.
What?
I've got one right now that's a friend's that moved to Japan. I'm holding it for them until they move back. But
Is he in the
I don't
military?
have my own. No, she's a missionary.
Oh, she's a missionary. Okay.
Yeah, and I have her guitar, but
Sorry, I sold it.
no, but I did send her a short video a while back saying I'm so sorry, but it's in drop A right now. I was like, your guitar doesn't know what's happening to
I'm
it.
experimenting.
Yeah.
I'll put a 7-string set of strings on it. My bad.
Coheed. Love Coheed and
Coheed.
Cambria.
We were just talking about them earlier.
Fire. Yeah.
More his hairdo, but we were still talking about him.
Oh yeah,
Claudio.
And the fact that he can go like
Mint.
this and then sing perfectly. It's like, how does your brain do that?
I know. So, Polyphia. I'll be at their show
Polyphia,
in
yeah,
a
they're
few
coming
months.
soon.
Mm-hmm. May
That's gonna be
10th. I'm there.
I won't be
Got
here.
tickets.
That is something I would like to just kind of sit back and watch live because that's just ridiculous. It doesn't even seem real.
I like bluegrass. Do what?
Also,
Do they really? It. Is it that one?
Yeah.
It's always that one, dude. That's what everyone knows.
I listen to bluegrass a lot. Nickel Creek's coming to the hall in a few weeks. I'll be
Okay.
there. Broken the Bluff. I'm there in next Saturday, next Friday, something like that. Broken the Bluff. So
Bluegrass, metal's country cousin.
yeah,
I mean,
I
kinda
listen
is.
to pretty much everything. I like music.
Just in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to get into like modular synths. I want to start making my own modular synth board.
Those
and
little ones where you can make your own on the wafer board and stuff. That's
Mhm.
cool.
Yeah, I really want to get into that. Which goes right into the crab core, you know.
If I plug this one into this one, it actually becomes this thing, and then blah 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 blah. Yeah, you can really dive deep.
Yeah.
I had a friend of mine was doing that, and he would do covers with them. It was called Volca Dave. He quit doing it. He was so
That's
good
cool.
at it. It's like,
Very
man, don't stop. Yeah, you know, if it doesn't get enough traction, you put a lot of work into something. You kind of like, this story. of my
Create
life.
to have fun, not to be successful, kids.
Yeah, for the most part.
Until you can't pay the bills, then create to be successful.
But if you just start that way, and just go be homeless for a little bit, you'll probably make it if you're good, maybe. But you might come back home too. I have friends that have done both.
Move in with your parents.
Oof.
And
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I can't say anything. I'm not super successful with my art. I just have fun with it. But it's not my
Same.
career, so
I've had successful moments. I've done cool shit, but not paying any bills. But I've definitely had a creative career that, you know, a lot of people are like, dude, I would love to do that. I would kill to do that. And I'm like, you know, it just took a lot of time and effort. Ugh.
Yeah.
So much effort. I filmed a music video this morning.
yeah, you did.
That's a lot of effort.
What was it? Can you say?
Yeah, it's for my band here.
Oh,
Dance to War. April 6th. Playing our
Shout out.
album release show. You should
Okay.
come.
where's it at?
Vinos.
Okay.
Right down the road
I
from
like
the hall.
Venus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course. You know where it's at.
Yeah.
I'm stupid.
It was April 6th.
April 6th.
What day of the week is that?
Saturday.
Saturday, what time?
Nighttime. Doors are at 7:30?
put together
April 6th, 7:30. Okay.
7:30. Doors.
Shows the date. Okay.
Doors are at
I'll be there.
7:30. The music starts at 7:30. Cord and Jocks. He's gonna do what they call play the room. So you'll play as people walk in, and then there's a few special things, and then the show, and then it's a whole thing. It's like think of it more of like a theatrical play.
Okay. I'll be there.
The best part, Cord playing the room. Oh yeah. If you buy the ticket, which I have on me, wink wink, the pre-sale, it comes with the vinyl record of the album.
Really?
Yeah, the pre-order. So you'll get it about a month. It's like 6 to 8 weeks is what the lead
How
time
much is
was.
the ticket?
$25.
Done.
You get the whole show.
I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm there. Just
It's a
say
sweet-
less.
It's
Say less.
It's a sweet deal.
You don't even need to tell me more. I'm already there.
And we're gonna transform that room like you've never seen.
Okay.
Yeah, we got a whole thing. It's gonna be
The last time I was at Vino's was for the A Day to Remember cover show.
the Crashcast cover show.
Yeah.
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 I was there for it. I went.
I was on stage. So that was Paramore, right?
Yep.
I was in the back corner, drunk. Kurt was letting me have a good old time.
That's awesome.
I was the fat one up front singing all the Paramore songs. Once they
Yes.
got done, I was like side stage, like, I can't help myself.
In fact, I think that's the first time I met Kurt. Yeah.
Was that the cover show?
Yeah, it was either that one or were you August Burns Red at the hall? Did you shoot that?
Yeah.
I know I ran into you there, but I think I ran into you.
August Burns
I
Red. I
don't
worked for
remember.
them once.
Really?
I used to work at the Village.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
very cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all those bands. I missed a few, but most. I worked almost all the shows. There was a handful I didn't get to work because of just being out of town or whatever. But
Yeah.
good times, man. Good time. I've got some bad times, but I got some good times. That stuff right there, working production will get you all the stories in the world. It's so weird. Like that's what I was telling. I work at Vino's now,
Okay.
and the guys I was telling last night, they were like, "Oh, blah blah," and I was like, we were sharing, hanging out with celebrities is weird, and I was like, "Yeah." And I told Kurt today, I guess I never told this story, but the guy that played Jason in the first Jason movie,
Yeah.
we were at a party in Bryant, Arkansas, and we were working with him, and we brought him to this party, and like I was up on a roof, and the cops came, and he's down there, and I see him like go by the lake or whatever, which is kind of ironic. But then he like gets caught by the cops down there, and it's a whole thing. There's a whole scene, and I'm just like peeking over the roof, like, oh my god,
No.
like what a day.
That's awesome.
Because some girl got drunk and bashed in a windshield. Yeah, and his name's Ari, and he has a band. The guy that played Jason, the kid that gets murdered and becomes Jason. This is that guy, full grown man now. But
Okay.
and his band is First Jason, and he plays accordion.
This man is trying to sell me a ska band right now.
It sounds like I'm shitting on him, but he's actually a really nice guy. It's just that's so fucking funny.
That's awesome.
So when you do weird things, like when you have a weird job, like you get the experience. You don't get money. They're barely paying you anything. They're like, sorry, we didn't make money, so you don't make money. But you got to hang out with, Jason. It's like, okay, yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. That's cool though. Very cool.
It's that's stuff I wish still happened, but doesn't really happen around here too much. Not a lot of production companies bringing things like that around. They need
Little
to.
Rock.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's not. It's just not I don't know why. Like it, Fayetteville all day long. Entertainment. They love it. It's a part of their culture, but it's just not here.
Yep.
Staying home's our culture. Like bands, like praying and pleading with people, just please come to my show. It's fucking $8.
Mm-hmm.
It's $7.
I feel like the hall has made it better, but I feel like there was a time where it was almost impossible to find a band like playing in Little Rock. You'd had to go to Memphis, or you had to go to Dallas, or you had to go to Oklahoma City.
That's right.
For any of the big metal bands,
Oh yeah, there was a complete missing. And once the Village closed, that was it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the Rev Room if you got lucky. Maybe.
Juanita's every now and then.
Every now and then.
Rare occasion, but yeah, and like.
But when I was coming through, that was where they played. Was old Juanita's and Rev and Vino's.
Old
They all played
Juanitas.
at all the places. And now it's just very much like, 1,000 cap, 1,500 cap. They won't play anything smaller. I think that's probably part of it too. The
Yep.
bands won't play. And we just didn't have a population that wanted it, really.
Yeah.
And
We do now, though. We do now. I mean,
Yeah.
if you look at the last Lorna Shore show, to be fair, it's Lorna Shore, and they
Yeah.
had Body Snatchers with them, and they had Brand of Sacrifice with
this
them.
sold
and-
out like the same day, right?
Yeah.
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 It was
I-
ridiculous.
I was
like, stupid
refreshing.
fast.
I was refreshing because I was afraid it'd be sold out, and I got tickets and my friends didn't.
Exactly. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It was crazy, but
That one went
that
quick.
was I mean, you were in like sardines. There was max capacity for the building. For the people are there. They're ready. It's primed and itching.
Max capacity. I love that term. We're at capacity. It's like let 300 more people in here.
They can fit in the food court outside.
Well, the
where
village is
taco
gone
truck
now.
is.
The village is gone. We did that
Yeah.
all the time. The capacity of that building was like 720 something. Dude, we had 1,400 people in there for MGMT.
I wanted to go to that show so
Yeah. I never went to the Villages.
Oh man,
Never went.
it was
I've heard about it. I've
was
heard
like
the lore.
if Vino's was gigantic. It was run down. It was a shoestring crew. We were the craziest people on planet Earth. Like, just we had no laws. The PA was hobbled together, but it was big and it was loud and it shook the whole room and
All it
it
needs
was
to be.
crazy. It went off in that place.
I've heard tales. I've heard stories about.
The stage was from the 80s. It wasn't even like acrylic and aluminum is what they are now, and like it was still like plywood and steel. And dude, I'm not
the way God intended.
Listen, yeah, there's a lot that people like. There was so many sections of that stage that were barely hanging on. C-clamps held that thing together more than like hopes and dreams.
Look, that's how you know the show's going to be good. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, when I saw the chariot there, they made a pile in the middle of the floor of their cabinets, and then they just knocked some crap off, and one of them just went into the stage, and it just stayed broke. They screwed a piece of laminate flooring over top of it. That was it. That was the fix.
Yes, sir.
It was that way for like 2 years.
That's awesome.
I mean, dude, we never made money. I probably didn't get paid more than I got paid, but I got to do so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why you're doing it. And I'm young too. I didn't care. I'm gonna be famous someday. I'll be playing here. Now I'm doing this.
Nice. I'm here for it.
No, this is my new favorite thing. Like, I love playing music, and that'll always be my number one. But this is like, I'll probably do this forever too.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's cool. I feel honored that I'm here. So thank you for inviting me.
Oh man,
by the way.
I'm honored.
Yeah.
Thank you. As soon as Kurt told me, I was like, this is what I'm talking about. Because it's more than just music around here. Even though that's my main thing, it kind of, you know how things morph and they become their own thing. This became music because it's the thing I know the most about, and I know the most people from. But I like most things. I'm super interested in everything. So when he was like, "Yeah, Forrest," I was like, "Dude, well, I mean, I was almost a freaking Eagle Scout." Like, and I would have been had our troop leader not had to resign. Not why you think I should say that. Yeah. Was he touching, man? Where'd he touch you, Scoob?
Oh no!
No, his son was paralyzed in a tree accident.
Oh.
Yeah, but he was a hero. Dang, son. Kurt's a freaking Eagle Scout?
What is this?
Kurt. No?
My man dropping main lore.
Why do you
here
sleep
in the
so much?
podcast.
Wait. This is legit. Kurt.
What's the date on it?
2010. 2010.
13 years. He's been an Eagle Scout for 13 years.
This man has never once put his fingers in the air, woke up before noon. Never once.
Did you play the bugle? Did you ever play the bugle?
Dude, that's sick.
Here, important question. What was your Eagle Scout project?
So I built 5 park benches, Cane Creek State Park.
Cane Creek State Park? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Okay.
They had just finished the long 20-mile trail or whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody did a co-project where I took 5 miles, he took 5 miles, helped each other. Benches
Here, give me a high five. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How the freaking crap?
He's dropping lore right here in the
I live
podcast.
the woods. I love outdoor stuff. I'm always talking about things, and he's like, I'm just gonna keep this to myself. I don't want him to ask me to do stuff.
Just cash. Yeah, I was an Eagle Scout. Whatever.
Well, I was gonna do it, and then the kid that got paralyzed, he pushed his little brother out of the way of a falling tree branch and landed on him. So
He was a hero.
Well, they said, legit. Like, they said it would 100% have killed his brother. And then the dad, who was the scout, and we were all together. Both the kids were in there too. And he was like, "I've got to stop.
Yeah,
I have to take care of my kids." It's like, and then the next person, I would have kept going. We did 2 things, and I told my dad, I was like, "I can't. I don't like this person."
that's fair.
Yeah, it was a huge bummer. That was one of the core memories I have of I disappointed my dad kind of thing, because it was that was our thing. Yeah. Yeah.
It's not a similar story.
It was just a bummer. It was just like, man, I don't want to quit. He didn't want to quit. It's like, father son is what we did.
Yeah.
Weekends, weeknights. We did it at the fire station.
I got into it through my stepdad.
Dude, that's wild. I am blown away right now. I would have never guessed.
Every month, like the whole night.
Oh yeah, dude. No, we did. I mean, camping was our favorite.
Our scoutmaster was a park.
Come on.
So
What was their name?
Mike Wilson.
Do you know
Mike
Mike Wilson?
I don't know I think he's still in the park service, but
Mike
he was
Wilson.
the superintendent of Cane Creek at the time. And after,
I mean, if it's the Mike Wilson that I'm thinking of, he's like way up there in our department right now.
Yeah,
That was your
Probably
scout
him.
leader.
that's
Yeah, Mike Wilson. He's the head of operations for Arkansas State Parks. If that's the same person.
I would assume.
Shout out Mike.
How many Mike
He's
Wilsons?
cool.
Are,
Yeah, he's super nice. I like him a lot.
incredible leader.
I've worked with him on a bunch of different projects and things, and I mean,
this
we know each other.
podcast is magic. I'm having such a moment right
The
now.
next
That's
time I run into him,
insane.
I'm gonna ask if he knows a Kurt Lunsford and see what he says.
Like, unfortunately,
He barely made it. We passed
That
him so
is
he'd
awesome.
leave.
I got my eagle after he had actually
Yeah.
worked at DeGray.
Okay.
Okay.
Is
You know what?
DeGray-
That has to be the same.
Have they
it has
made
to be
it
the same.
better? The last time
Oh,
I was
yeah.
at DeGray, there was like just dead rats and trash, and it was not a good year for DeGray. I left. I was like, yeah,
Nice.
we're gonna get out of here.
Mike was there.
This was
Like Cane Creek is like a nowhere, middle of nowhere.
This was
like, no one
probably-
even knows it.
this was probably before you were born. Honestly, this was forever ago.
Incredible.
We used to go
I
canoeing.
work for state parks.
Yeah.
I'm a biased source. I'm not speaking for state parks right now tonight, but DeGray is a nice park. It's DeGray Lake Resort State Park. I
Okay.
was there just
Yeah.
a few weeks ago doing training stuff, and
Nice.
I mean it's a really nice lodge.
haven't
It's
been
like
in so long.
one of our premier
I
lodge
lost
parks.
my favorite knife in that lake. No. It was one of those like shack knife, like the big boy with a compass on the end.
So
It was like,
massive knife.
Rambo knife.
yeah, dude, it was a Rambo knife. It's exactly what it was. I kept my matches in the handle, you know.
It was a Rambo
yeah,
knife.
it was a Rambo knife.
The
I
hollow
love that.
tang. Shout
Yes.
out.
I love that freaking thing, man. And I was on the freaking canoe and I was messing around and it got a little, wobbly and boom,
I never liked
right over the
kayak.
edge.
I like a kayak because I love all of my friends.
They suck at it.
I will
Yes,
drown
no, yes.
someone in a canoe.
Yeah, I watched a couple. I swear to God, I almost watched a divorce on a canoe trip once.
I
was
tell
like,
people.
"It's
I'm
over."
like, look, before you marry someone, take a canoe float with them, and you
That's
will
a
know at the
solid-
end of the float if you love them or not.
If you don't kill them, you love them. Yo, canoe, yeah. I bet those guys see some wild fights. The Rangers out on those rivers.
Or
They're
really
just
more than that. I bet you the outfitters, like at the Buffalo,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like the buffalo and stuff. Yes, that's
all
where we
those
were.
concessionaires.
Uh-huh.
Good luck. Godspeed, Spider-Man.
Well, we dropped y'all off. There were 5 of you.
Don't ask any questions. Kermit the Frog here. I plead the fifth.
Did you just call me Cramit? Do you remember that? Sesame Street. Hi, Cramit.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, oh man.
That's awesome.
Man, Kurt, out here dropping,
I got secrets, man.
Yeah.
dude. Have a fun. That has to be like, I don't want him to ask me to do things like camp and all this. I gotta keep this a secret.
It's probably more so I don't remember.
That's fair. Kaylee, my wife, sorry, like you know who the fuck Kaylee is.
I didn't. I do now. Hi, Kaylee.
She's always like,
Shout
take
out.
me camping, and I'm like, you don't want to go camping with me. I'm a little too serious. I don't bring tents. I don't, sleeping bag, backpack, like sidearm, go into the woods, find a nice spot, start a fire.
All right.
Legit.
Yeah.
I want it to be as legit as possible.
Back country.
Yeah. We got into that later, like in Boise. Like dude, our troop leader was so sick because he would do things like that. Because a lot of guys, they want you to stay up on the rented pads and make it, it's all safe and stuff. And he's like, No, we're going to go out there and I'm going to teach you kids how to start fires from scratch and do all this stuff. And it's just like, dude, I mean, I'm so glad he taught us that stuff because I use it still to this day. Even just out in the yard, you know, cleaning up, just making sure you prune everything right or whatever, or find, you know, take out the dead stuff and all that stuff. Man, it's so important. It really is. I'm just reliving so many memories right now. Kurt, you messed me up, dude. Oh my God.
No way. Pass that here when you're done.
That's the picture I had to take to like put on the like cover.
I don't think the camera will see that, but dude.
No way. Turn and look at me.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Very
You look,
different time.
but you
Yeah,
look
yeah.
so much like your brother too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see it. It's
Wild.
legit.
It's legit. It's legit.
It's legit. Confirmed Eagle Scout.
Yeah, the ID wasn't enough. No, it's not gonna do it. I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to hold it too far away for it to
Yeah,
see it. Yeah,
Locked on focus.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, dude. Look at Kurt.
Sick.
Kurt's a secret badass and nobody
Dude,
knew.
Heck yeah, I'm here for it.
He's like, now my back hurts.
Here, you want a drink? I'll hand you a drink. What do you want? Here,
Oh,
you
he
want
loves
a honey
cider.
cider? Here you go. This one's for you. This
We're
is for you,
celebrating.
Eagle
It's
Scout.
turned into a celebration.
Yeah, yeah. Cheers, my dude.
24 years ago.
Mm-hmm. 14 years ago.
14. Disgusting. I said 13 earlier. It's not even 2023 anymore.
Dude, how crazy is that?
It's March.
Yeah,
5
it's
days,
a year's
4
halfway
days.
over. Yeah, it's
Leap year. Get an
it
extra
is
day.
leap year. This will be out in March. Episode 181. We're almost at 200.
Congratulations.
I don't know what to do. We got to do something special.
America's longest running podcast. You heard it here.
Well, what's sad is we should be at closer to 300, but you know that pesky pandemic really cut
Yeah.
down on our. We did a whole year
To be
with
fair,
one
Forces was
episode.
completely set.
That's true.
When
And
we came back, it was a completely.
that's true. And it gave us time to like think like how do we pull this off? And we were able to save up funding, like do some crowdfunding and all that stuff, and it took a lot to get to this point. Like this table is the original Vino stage.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Very cool.
March
March
12th. So like this is a piece of Arkansas music history, and now we talk about Arkansas music history on it.
That's awesome.
It's interesting. Had like the life that this thing has had.
Sentimental, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I feel like it should end up somewhere not with me though. Like when all this is said and done, I feel like this thing belongs like hanging up in a museum somewhere.
Well, look, you're a people's person. You're a person of the people. You're representing the people. You have the people on here. You're talking about the people. I feel like it's an appropriate place for it, you know?
For now,
I can tell you exactly where it's
in my garage.
As another table in the back room of Vino's.
That could wow,
Full
you know,
circle.
that would be full circle.
That would be.
It's just one of that dining
They'd probably
tables.
do it too. They'd do it. Probably.
Put it in-
I don't know. I don't
put
work
it
there.
in the dining room, like,
Sure, where people can actually see it. Yeah.
Oh, this is the new table.
Uh-huh.
Sneak it in and don't tell them.
Oh, that would be sick. The merch table at
Sneak
Vino's.
it in and don't tell them.
Well, the problem is Vino's is only owned by a sole proprietor, so if that man passes on, it's kind of over. Like that
Think
building, 100%.
You don't think
They have
anyone?
no children.
You don't think anyone would buy it or take it over?
So you know, you have to think about that building's very old, and he's owned it for a very long time. The renovations that the state would force on you, you ain't making that back at a pizza joint venue. You would have to. It would take you another 30 years to pay that loan off. You're going to spend because you know he's grandfathered in to
Okay, that's what I was gonna
everything.
ask. Okay.
So that building needs so much code done. There's no, it's not allegedly. He's grandfathered in.
Allegedly.
No, it's not allegedly.
Ask him to adopt you.
If I won that's the thing. It's like, oh man, what would you do if you won the lottery? Just buy Vino's. That's it.
Yeah.
I would walk into his office and say the number. I don't care what it is. Say the number. And he'd say a number, and I'd say,
Say my name. Say my
I'd
name.
say, thank you very much. When it clears, get your shit and go.
Get out.
Yeah. And then you have to shut the place down for 6 months. Because, you know, the back room, it'd be cool if the AC worked. I'm hoping it's not a really hot day on our show because there isn't AC back there and it gets like August, man. Oh my God.
Would you say it burns red?
It does burn red. Yeah. I worked with them once too. Village. Yeah, we supported illegal drinking back then. Riders is a weird concept because somebody in the band's of age, but you're just dropping 30 packs at a bus door for a band that definitely has underage people in it. Dude, riders are a wild thing because you're like, wait a minute. I mean, I know like some of these people are of age, but definitely not all of these people are of age. And you're just like, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Then you see them out back and you're like, definitely, we are criminals.
Press F for doubt.
Dude, we had our drug dealer on speed dial. Dude, venues are wild. Like venues like that, if you're facilitating things, which everyone does, you're like, oh, what do you need? I think I can get that. Yeah, hold on a second. Like Snoop Dogg bought a suitcase of weed. That man smokes so much weed.
That's wild.
Allegedly. Sorry.
Kurt over here. Allegedly. I love it. Never change.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you're going to get somebody in trouble. I probably will at some point. I'll get somebody mad at me. That's fine.
The state allegedly has mountain lions.
Allegedly. No, they don't because they don't live here, dorks. Get educated. Who do you think you are?
Before you wreck yourself.
Yeah. What do you think? Mountain lions just live here. Alligators are in Sherwood. They've always been in Sherwood. Just because the news is just now reporting on it means nothing. Idiots.
Oh, my gosh. You have a Chihuahua you don't want anymore?
Dude, we have learned so much today. I mean, in like an hour.
Yeah, very, very informative.
Thanks. Thank you. I try.
Let's do cameras. What's your favorite camera?
Ooh.
Because you're like a film guy, right?
I do everything.
Okay.
I do everything.
So you're into like the digital stuff and are you into the mirrorless cameras and stuff?
I don't own a mirrorless camera.
Okay.
Well, I own mirrorless cameras that are just not digital.
Right.
Old stuff, But I mean, I appreciate it all. I love it all. I shoot it all. If I don't own it, I've rented it before. But I'm a big proponent of the best camera is the one you have with you.
Always.
I know people say it, and it's like kind of dorky and cheesy and stuff. But
it's the truth.
But yeah, really, like I started learning on a Nikon D3200 crop sensor.
That's a good camera, though.
It is. It was a good camera.
Mine was a Kodak 5 megapixel point and shoot.
Bet. That's what I've switched to. Like literally, I was in New York City in October for 3 days. You know what I shot New York City on? A Nintendo DSi.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
I'll show you the pictures after.
Awesome.
I'll show you the pictures. I'll give you some so you can drop them if you want. But yeah, I mean, right now I'm doing photo challenges on my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
It's 5 minutes, 5 shots, and I hand people random cameras and say, "Go, you have 5 minutes to take 5 photos," and I put them in that box. A camera that they're unfamiliar with, I'll hand them like little toy cameras. I've got like a Barbie camera from like 2002 that's like 1.1 megapixels, and I have to scan the screen because it's no way to export.
So bad. Yeah.
Just stuff like that. Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah.
The gear doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
Your iPhone takes a better photo than the cameras that National Geographic was using 15 years ago.
The Beatles made the White Album with 4 microphones.
Yeah.
It's not the gear.
Yeah.
It's not. It never was. It's what you know how to do with it. Educate yourself.
Make fun.
That's right.
Or have fun. Sorry. And make mistakes. Go and make the mistakes. Break something.
Screw up 300 photos till you get one right.
Exactly. Yeah. There's no other way to learn. There really is no other way to learn. And the important thing is to have fun while you're doing it. So many people get drawn to it because they have an eye for it, right? They get drawn to an art because they have an eye for it, but they don't have the experience yet. And so they can see quality, but they can't create the quality yet. And a lot of people think that it's the gear.
That's right.
A lot of people just chase gear. They're like, oh, what's the next best thing? I need the highest megapixel count I can. I need the widest aperture I can go. I need the sharpest lens possible. I'm not getting good shots because of this or because of this. Make mistakes. Have fun. It doesn't matter if it's the highest quality photo. It doesn't matter if it's mirrorless. It doesn't matter if it's only 6 megapixels or something. I mean, there's certain things, if you're working for clients and stuff, there's always going to be something that's... But what I'm saying is go have fun with it. Make the mistakes and don't care about the gear. The gear will come later.
And don't compare yourself to other people's work.
If you have the eye for it, great.
You'll see what's good and you'll learn how to get what's good on your own.
If you can see that your work's not good, that's perfect. You're where you need to be because that
Right.
helps you start working towards it.
Critique yourself.
Yeah. Start making the mistakes. That's what I tell people. But I brought my camera bag. I didn't know what we were talking about today.
Everything.
Yeah, I brought my camera bag. And before we leave here, we're gonna do some stuff.
Absolutely.
But so I don't have a favorite camera. Just to go back to that, if I had to pick one, maybe like the Game Boy camera,
It's fun.
like the original Game Boy camera that has a little printer that prints on receipt paper.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Fun.
I have a Nikon F100 that I really like. I feel like
cool.
it meters really well. I shoot a lot of weddings on it and stuff.
See, Kurt, he shoots weddings.
On occasion, yeah.
Sure.
Last year I shot I think 5 weddings and 4 of them were on film. I like doing it on film because it doesn't follow with 100 hours of editing. I just develop them and I'm good to go. It just is a lot of stress in the moment because you got to know whether you get the shot.
You better get that right. You screw
That's right.
someone's special day up, you're gonna die.
That's right. So the pressure is really there because you have to know that you're right and you have to know that you're perfect and stuff, and you can't check the framing until it's developed and everything.
There's
you
no
can't
spray
check
and
the
pray.
focus.
There's no
Exactly. So there is a lot more pressure initially, but then afterwards, I can just develop them, and it's low stress, and I don't have all the hours and hours of editing that digital does. But keep in mind, it's also my secondary career. So I work weekends because that's when the park's busy. I get a couple weekends off a year, and I'll take leave and stuff and get weekends. But I don't shoot a lot of weddings just because most weddings are on weekends. So I'll shoot them occasionally. I do a lot of engagement photos on film. I do a lot of senior photos on digital and film for both of those. I do a lot of product photography.
Being able to relieve yourself of that burden of I can just check it right here on this screen, and if it's bad, I can just retake this photo, and it's like,
yeah.
Like so the anxiety these technologies have given us of, what if I miss the shot? What if I don't get the shot? What if it's bad?
Pre-pandemic, we used to do meetups in Little Rock where that was when I was still living in Conway and stuff in Greenbrier, but we would have photography meetups like once a month in Little Rock or in Conway or in Russellville. And one of the challenges that I gave people one time during one of those photo walks that we had organized, we had some models there, and we were all shooting the same subject, but with different cameras and with different thoughts behind it. And then afterwards, everyone was going to edit their photos and send them in, and we were all going to compare how we all shot the same thing but had a different vision for it. I love that. And one of the things that I made people do was I brought black paper and gaffer tape. And I had everyone tape over their screens so they couldn't review their photos for one of those walks. Whoa. And I was like, all right, for this whole walk, you can't look at your photos.
What?
And everyone did that. So we shot.
Trust yourself.
Yeah, we just shot for 20, 30 minutes, the same people and stuff and everything. And then everyone went home and edited and then came back like a week later and met in a coffee shop. And we were all just sitting and looking at our work and stuff. And guess what? It turned out fine.
Right.
Everyone had fun with it. And people got the shots they wanted, and some people missed the shots and they didn't know because they couldn't review it right then. But it was a learning experience and it was fun. So,
man, get it in frame.
If any of them had mirrorless.
Yeah, this was before that was like, mirrorless was a thing, but it was like 2016, 2017, something.
Before it was like
17.
Sony took over the world.
It was probably 17.
Trying to be like, this is the future, and everybody's like, but it doesn't look.
Yeah,
it's small. That's the problem. Yep.
That was
they
was
could
early enough that none of my friends could afford a mirrorless.
They could literally put this guts in a big body, stick another $1,000 on it. That's the only difference, and people would just buy them like candy.
Oh yeah.
Like now, people know.
Was this a 7S? Is this a 7S?
Yes, 7S2.
3. Yeah.
This thing I just filmed in pitch black. I mean, literally in a basement with the lights off with a ring light on the lowest setting. ISO was only 500, and it is crystal clear. That thing is a freaking beast, man. That's my new favorite camera, Kurt. I'm not gonna. As soon as I saw it, I had the light on, and I was trying to get set the camera up and like do some test runs, and I was like, it's too bright. Like I've got bump it down a little bit. God, bump it down a little bit. Dude, I went all the way to the bottom and just started working my way up until I was like, this is the shot. Man.
Nice.
I love cameras. I did photography. I was doing weddings, but it's just like, you can't. It's too much. I got out, and then I was like, I want to do film. Then I did film stuff. Me and my buddy used to do these, what would be perfect now. We were kind of ahead of our freaking time. We would do these, it was called Cult Magnum. We would do these skit comedy short things on our phone. Just regular content. And now, this is pre TikTok and stories and reels and all that.
Yeah.
We missed the mark by like 2 years. Like, man, we should do it now. Now I can't. I don't have the heart to do it. Now
That's
I just
fair.
film stuff for fun.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. I said I was going to do something before this is over.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh.
Squeeze past you here. Kurt.
Ah.
Come over here.
Whoa.
Open this bad boy up.
Kurt, something's happening.
What's in the
I know.
box?
What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
It's
Corey,
Pikachu.
5 minutes, 5 shots, go.
Oh, shoot. Dang, I got to turn it on. Oh, the power button. Oh, my God. Wait a minute. Wait.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
Anything you want.
We're going
But you can
low.
only take 5 photos.
I can't even see the thing. Oh, my God.
Oh, now looking at the screen.
Oh, what happened? Take it? How do I know?
Yeah. Good luck.
You didn't even take a photo.
No?
Yeah, I feel like that's cheating.
You can do whatever you want.
It
This is
doesn't.
such a tiny little box. It covers up like your whole.
That's 3.
Okay.
That could be a thing.
Recording. Uh-oh.
That's
It just
That's gonna be a good one. Yeah.
It's Kurt's hands.
part of the challenge. Okay. He's left the room, folks. He's left the room.
I bet he's looking
He's running.
over. He's 100%.
Yes. I'm sorry, folks. I've devolved this into madness, but we're rolling along with it.
Come here, buddy. Come on. Come here, my sweet
Oh, the
baby.
dog.
My
Yes,
sweet
sir.
baby. There we go.
It's cute, folks. It's cute.
Perfect.
I
Okay.
did 6.
Okay.
There you go.
Here you go. So,
That's hilarious. What a fun journey.
yeah, and then I'm going to need one more from you. If you could just hold up the number 5 for me.
Oh, Christ.
Perfect. Okay. So when I make that reel, I will post that at the end and tag you and give you a shout out and everything and tell everyone to follow you.
Thank
So
you.
At the end of this, I'll get all your contact
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
that you want for that. So
Find me on the internet under Fish Soup.
perfect.
Oh, yeah, baby. Find me on the internet.
Yeah, plug his personal one that he does instead of the podcast.
Wait, what?
I said, yes, plug your personal.
Oh, you know what? That's fair. Yeah. Find me on the internet at Crashcast Pod.
Yeah.
I don't use my personal one at all.
That's fair.
Was the last person like 20?
Well, when my dad, yeah, man, I've got trauma. I posted a picture. It makes me too sad. It's like life moments, but there for a few years, the only life moments I was having was not good. So I kind of got out of it. It's like I don't want to share all the bad things I'm going through. I feel like that's not going to do anything good. So I kind of just quit using my personal one. I like stuff, comment, but I don't post.
Okay.
Like I
It's
just,
valid.
yeah.
Valid.
Man, that was crazy. I have lost 30 pounds in 3 weeks, Kurt. Did I tell you? Yeah.
Congratulations.
30
Okay.
pounds. My thyroid wasn't working.
Yeah.
They stick me on a medicine, and it's just like, I don't even have to think about weight loss. It just falls off of me now. I'm like, dude, this is sick. I'll be skinny mini soon.
I'll if you
Then I
text
get
me
that forest
if
job.
y'all message me and remind me when this is gonna drop, I'll make a reel of that and I'll post it the same day to help promote that
Thank you.
episode of the podcast. We can
Yeah,
just
absolutely.
coordinate it.
Co-promotion. I love when people make reels. I don't know how to do it. My brain doesn't compute. I've tried. I got CapCut on my phone. I'm stupid.
I just edit in Instagram.
What?
I edit in Instagram.
In Instagram.
I'm serious.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You can upload the video, and then
Mm-hmm.
add a clip, and you can add multiple videos in the same one. You can cut them to length and stuff. You can add audio over them. You can add captions on them. It's all in Instagram.
Really?
Uh-huh. I've never edited
I'm
a video
so
outside
stupid,
of that
dude.
in
I'm
my
so
life.
stupid. I try to make them on like a full editor, and I'm watching YouTube videos.
Yeah,
and,
like sitting at the computer, like,
yeah, and I'm like, well, if I drag it in like this, and that gives me the crop, and then it's like, okay, well, what? Okay, how do I export it? I don't even know how to do that. Like, God, dude.
Again, like I don't do a lot of video work. I'm not. I would not consider myself a videographer. In fact, the only pro video I've ever shot has been on Super 8, which is film.
Whoa, that's sick.
and
You ever
so-
seen that movie Super 8?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Phenomenal movie.
But, so I don't know a lot about the videography side of photography or as far as gear goes and stuff like that. It's just not something that I was super passionate about.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. It's a beautiful art. It's awesome. Filmmaking is beautiful art. I do appreciate it. I watch it. I keep up with that. But it's just not something that I've ever cared to do personally.
Right.
And so I've never pursued it. But I mean, making stuff like that is simple even for me. Like the Instagrams, like all the editing stuff makes it like dummy proof for me because I don't know a lot about
I didn't
editing.
know you could do that. I thought you could just like add text and then that's it. Add a link.
You auto captions. It auto captions it for you and everything. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're serious?
Oh yeah.
What the fuck are we doing, Kurt? Why are we not doing? I didn't know. Did you not know that? Hey, I thought he knew everything.
No, it's. I mean, then you. So what I do
That's
is
amazing.
I edit it all in Instagram. I edit the full reel and everything. Then I export it before I post it, and that way that export I can post on YouTube as a short. And so I'll just export it straight from Instagram and then post it.
Come
So I'll
on.
post it on Instagram. I'll post it on YouTube, and that's pretty much it. Every now and then I'll put it on a Facebook story or something. But
Right, yeah, yeah.
stories.
Well, you
that just
know, if you're
disappear.
doing a pod, you got to do it on everything.
Right.
TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. I don't know if Twitter has.
I'm
stories.
almost exclusive Instagram.
Reels is tight.
My Facebook is like my personal life stuff, so that's
sure.
where all my family is.
Yeah.
Which they're on my Instagram too, to be fair. And in my Instagram stories, I post a lot of my personal life. Sorry, that cider.
Yeah.
But my feed, my posts on Instagram, they're all my professional work through photography and through those reels and stuff. And then my YouTube is kind of a mix between guitar covers and singing vocal covers, photography stuff, and like random shenanigans with friends. So
kinda
it's just like
All over the place.
yeah, I don't care about keeping a theme because
Yeah.
I don't care about getting followers on it.
Right.
You know, I
Not
just do
trying
what I
to
want
monetize
to.
it. It's more of like a
Yeah.
bank for your things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free space, man. YouTube's the best app in the world, in my opinion. The algorithm is indestructible. It's the best one. Even on the bad parts where you like, don't swear in the first 10 minutes. Like, I'm an adult. I already said it's not good for kids. Is that all? That's all you need to know. Quit chiming in. Like, don't show it to children. That's your fault. Right. Well, then that means it isn't when I click no.
You heard it here first, kids.
Yeah.
Corey says, "Swear your next adult." You say, "I'm just kidding."
Yeah, no,
I'm
no.
kidding, I'm just
I'm
kidding, I'm
pro. Pro children
gotta
swearing.
stop.
No, I'm just
You heard it here first, kids?
Now, wait a minute.
My dad listens to Crash. He'd be like, "What?"
But yeah, so
Man, that was
I don't
fun.
have a favorite camera.
All that longest answer ever. Well, no, it's
Look, I get caught in the weeds.
I like
man.
what you were saying. Like it truly does it. Like if you look at like Apple, they have their phone releases. Ever since the 4, they've filmed every Apple commercial's filmed on an iPhone, and it's like, there you go. That's professionals at the helm, and yeah, they have lighting and stuff, but so does everything. No, this today I just got a
A7S?
new one.
Okay.
Well,
Changed as of yesterday.
because I like typically, dude, this does good enough.
What, is this the 14?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it does good enough. It's
that's
got the
what this
wide
is.
angle
I thought you were
lens.
gonna say
Yeah.
5D Mark II.
I love that camera.
Ooh.
As far as shooting photos with the Canon glass, my lord, sharp. You can zoom in and zoom in and zoom in, and it's just crispy all the way down to the megapixel.
I'm still listening, but I'm going to walk this way.
Do it. So the 5D Mark II and the Canon with the Canon lens, even just the kit lens, if we're being honest, because the kit lens they gave you was kind of, oh my lord,
workhorse.
baby, whoa,
So if I had to pick a favorite camera, it would be that, not because of how it performs, but just because of the nostalgia behind it. Most of my biggest clients I've shot with that piece. And
Dude,
I got it from a
that's
good friend.
So sick.
I got it from a good friend. It's been on all of my vacations for the past 4 or 5 years, whatever. I've documented so much of my life through this camera.
Really?
That this is my favorite camera, but it's not because of the quality
The
that
stories.
Yeah.
it's because of the nostalgia attached to it
Yes,
more than
I get that.
the work that it produces.
That's me in the 5D Mark II. That's the
Okay.
same thing. It was my first real. I got the camera. I was like, oh my god, I can't wait to start shooting everything, because I was doing it on a freaking Kodak. The camera was this big. It was a piece of crap made out of plastic, but I loved it. I would go with friends and do real photo shoots with a $20 Walmart camera.
Yes.
And then you do that enough, and then you're like, cool, I can afford the big one. And man, oh man.
Yeah. And for chat that can't see or can't whatever, this is a Nikon D800
Yeah, it is.
from 2010. It's got like 600,000 shots on it. Actually, more than that at this point.
On the
Never been
original
repaired.
shutter?
Yeah,
What?
original shutter, never been repaired. The battery compartment's fallen off a couple times. I've had to glue it once or twice. The rubber covers for like the mic input and flash input and stuff, they've come off a long time ago. That's it.
That thing's been through
That's it. It's a workhorse. I dropped this out of a moving vehicle once while doing rolling shots for a photography shoot for a car. Fine, not a scratch. I mean, I didn't even have to
Wild.
buff it off. Nothing. Lens was fine. Camera was fine. This is what I thought would kill it, and it hasn't yet. I was shooting a sunset at a beach in Florida, and
salt water.
someone else, not me, but someone else, because I had it on a timer, was walking past it with a dog and knocked the tripod over into the surf while it was on and shooting a
knocked
time
them into
lapse.
the surf.
And I sprinted over there. I mean, it was in the water for like 4 or 5 seconds, and I was like, "This is gone for sure.
Yeah, for
it's gone.
sure.
Here it is.
Kurt's
No,
cannon died in a rainstorm. Yeah.
Ooh. I did immediately take the battery out, right there on the beach.
Yeah, get the electricity out of it.
I went home, and it was still working when I picked it up out of the surf. It was still like clicking away, because it was a time lapse. And I turned it off. I took the battery out.
What?
I went home and dunked it in fresh water.
To get the salt out.
Yeah, I was just like, rinse it as best you can, get all the salt off. That was my thought
yeah.
at the time. So I just dunked it in fresh water in the sink at my grandparents' house there, and then put it in a bowl of rice. And then like 6 hours later, it came with alcohol, like whatever that is, the
Q-tips.
Yeah, Q-tips and what's the rubbing alcohol stuff?
Isopropyl.
Isopropyl. Yeah, isopropyl. That's what I was.
Sort of just
And I just kind
dissolve.
of wiped down all the grooves and around all the buttons and stuff like that. But it doesn't have any corrosion. It never had
Wild.
any
That's
issues with the
wild.
lens. Nothing. I was just like, I don't know how.
Especially that.
The Lord saw that and was like, this guy can't afford a new camera.
Yeah. We're gonna do him a solid
Yeah,
today.
yeah. But I mean, that was 5 years ago,
Wow.
and here it is. Here
That
it is.
thing's a beast.
I lose batteries all the time. It's not the original batteries or anything. I've got
Oh,
like 10
yeah.
of them floating around. But original screen, everything. I mean,
Do you even try to keep track of lenses?
this one fell off in the bag when I picked it up. But I don't have any original caps, but I buy them in bulk. So
I don't even.
lose 'em.
Kurt doesn't even try anymore.
I
He's
lose
just like
'em.
he puts the hood on and it's
Yeah.
like,
There's that protects.
yeah.
yeah. I actually do pretty good about putting caps on, but I've also broken lenses that didn't have caps on they bit my wallet pretty hard. So, and I also put filters on
I
all
see
of them.
that. Yeah.
This one is actually, so here's my secret for anyone that's watching right now that's like, how does this guy get his colors? It's called editing, but also it's called
Phone filters, polarizers.
Hoya 77 millimeter Skylight 1B filter. Skylight 1B. I've got it on every lens that I own, and it just adds a little bit of warmth that the Nikon doesn't quite capture. It makes the skin tones on this Nikon closer to the Canon skin tones.
Interesting.
A little
Cool.
bit paler, but warmer. I don't know
get
how to
those
describe it.
beautiful Nikon bokehs. They're king of that.
Yep. And so I literally have that on every single one of my
It's like
lenses.
having the best of
and
both worlds.
I can tell when a shot that I have was without it versus with it and stuff. I mean, I like them. So.
Man, that's sick.
But this,
Do you have primes
My opinion is use the tool that works best for what you're trying to shoot.
Yeah.
So,
JPEG or RAW, dude?
JPEG all the way, baby. I actually only shoot in PDF.
Yeah.
No.
What about PNG? How
yeah.
do you feel about PNG? What about a TIFF? A nice 300 megabyte file.
Perfect. On the Prime versus Zoom,
Debacle?
again, there are benefits to each and every one of them. What is it?
I have a 24, a 28, a 20.
Okay. My favorite lens of all time is a Prime. It lives in my bag. It hasn't left that bag in years. Okay. I've never taken it out of that bag and swapped it for something else. It is a Nikon 60 millimeter. It's a macro lens. They're mass produced. They've produced them since the 80s, like this same exact lens. So they're dirt cheap. They're everywhere, but they're one of Nikon's sharpest lenses. And it's so versatile. It's a 60, so I can do portrait stuff with it, but it's a macro, so I can do detail shots of like rings and flowers and stuff, and detail stuff at weddings.
Absolutely.
But I mean, it's just so perfect. It's lightweight. So if there's only one lens that I bring with me, it's that one. If there's only one spare lens in my bag, it's that one.
Nice.
And it's a Prime.
I mean, if I only have to have a small setup.
Yeah, camera 50. God, that's the best. I mean,
if I could only choose one,
Yeah.
If I could only choose one lens, my personal preference is wide. So on a full frame, I would be 35. I would have a full frame with a 35 millimeter. If I was on a crop sensor,
Never the biggest fan of portraits. They're fine, but that portraits I do.
You do, and I've seen that in your work too. Again, it's just personal preference
Have
on
you
that.
seen
I like
his-
the wide photos. I like getting everything. I like immersing the subject.
It can't get wide enough for me. I'm just like,
That's how I'm at shows.
Dude.
At shows, I'm like,
Yeah.
need
I want to
shoot.
see the whole stage in one shot.
Yeah.
from 2 feet away.
So again, there's obviously different lenses for different uses, and there's the right tool for every job. 24 to 70. I mean, that's a solid contender. Can't go wrong with it. I've got an 80 to 200, 2.8 in the bag. It for landscapes, it's not. For portraits and stuff, it is.
The type of stuff you shoot, and then like
Yeah.
weddings and
He's like, I got to zoom in on a hummingbird from 100 yards out.
Yeah. Well, believe it or not, I'd say like 80% of my landscape work is at like between 150 and 200
Yeah, I could see that.
because it's so hard.
200.
Just stand far back and yeah.
But with landscapes, you've got so much in front of you that
So
it's hard
much.
to define a subject.
Right.
So with a zoom, you can kind of focus on one specific thing and
Get
cut
it in
away all the
frame,
noise,
yeah.
and you can remove a lot of positive space and really manage that a lot. I won't say more easily, but I'd say it's a little bit more versatile than something that's so wide.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
comprises.
Flatten. It's a good.
Yeah. So I love my 80 to 200. I love this 24 to 70. I'd say those are probably my more used of all my lenses.
Full range right there.
Yeah.
You can get wide, you
But if I had to pick one, it'd be that 60. Yeah. So
That's always why I've gone to primes, is because it forces me to be more creative.
Yep.
I
I
have to
agree.
move around. I have to
Yep.
do stuff.
And you know what? As a beginner, I tell beginners and people that are just learning, I tell them to shoot on a prime because it removes a whole factor. You know, you're already learning so much at the same time. You're already having to focus on so many new techniques and new feelings and ideas and everything, and minimizing how much you're having to do at once really helps you as a beginner. And it, like you said, it puts you in a box a little bit, but it makes you think creatively. It makes you focus on your framing more because it's
You
like,
have
oh,
to
I have to move.
You have to move. You
Yeah.
can't just sit in one spot and zoom in and out.
So
you know.
that Nikon D3200 that I was telling you about that I started on, 35 millimeter 1.8 was my only lens for 3 years. When I was first learning, I couldn't afford a lens. I was in college. That's all I had, which at it was a crop sensor. So really that's a 52 millimeter. So if you're on full frame, that'd be like right at 50. And that's all that I had. I used it I didn't shoot weddings when I was in college, mainly because I felt like I wasn't good enough
Mm.
at the time. That was
True.
my mindset.
That's
And then
so
I didn't have
stressful.
the experience.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have enough experience with editing and with like, I felt like I'd be cheating people for charging them for stuff like
absolutely.
that. So I didn't at that time. And I still kind of agree with that too. Like that wasn't an appropriate time for me to be charging people for weddings.
Know your worth for sure, and you
yeah.
don't want to screw that up. That's
Yeah.
like the most important thing.
And be respectful of people too.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I have a camera. I could shoot a wedding, but like, are they going to be getting their money's worth?
Right.
You know, and so I didn't. But that, some of my favorite photos I've ever taken were shot in that. I shot some photos that Hammocks used on their social media and in some displays and things.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I shot a bunch of restaurant menus in the Russellville area.
Awesome.
With that 35 millimeter 1.8. I did who knows how many senior portraits with that 1.8.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of the largest prints that I've ever sold. I mean, I sold a canvas that was like 1 foot by 3 foot in 3 sections, right? And it was shot on
Dang.
that D3200, you know? So, which goes back to, it doesn't matter what gear
Yeah, it
you
really
have.
doesn't.
So
Once I had my 5D Mark II, I had the kit lens, and then I found out what the fixed 50. I was like, I bought it immediately the next day. Yeah. Oh, it was so cheap.
Yeah.
And all glass too, like top notch quality stuff, and just like it never left my camera. It just stayed on there. I didn't use the kit lens ever again. Once I bought that, I was like, this is it. I can do everything with it. Yeah, it's phenomenal.
they're versatile. They're compact for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
They're not expensive to replace
Exactly.
in the general case,
Right.
you know, compared to a Zoom
Yep.
or something like that. And again, they kind of force you to be a little bit more creative. You can usually tell, you know, if
Oh,
you
yeah.
look at a photo, you can be like, this was someone who was shooting in a constraint. They were in the box of
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
having the focal for this. And I like those more.
Like
My personal preferences, I like that more.
I started
so.
getting like I want to get it where I don't have to edit unless I want it in black and white. Right? So get it in the frame, get the whole picture you want first. And like that was friggin' that was most of my time doing photos. I did a couple of weddings and they were fine, but that's really what turned me off of it. I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I wasn't good at concert photography, thank God. Because then me and Kurt would be mortal enemies.
Kurt, shout out to Kurt. I would without a doubt say that you're the best concert photographer that I know.
World
Show
class.
photographer, yeah, absolutely.
Been published in many magazines with no credit to his own self.
Yeah.
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 Usually the bigger ones.
Oh, always. Yeah.
It'd be like that. But phenomenal work. Like we've never sat and talked about each other's work or anything before. Chat. I've met Kurt once, and it was like in passing at a show. I was like, "You're Kurt Lunsford." He's like, "You're Sam Files," and I was like, "Hey,
That's how
bye."
I meet most people.
Yeah.
But I really do love your work. Great work. So, thank you.
Oh, yeah. I love Kurt's work, too. He's my second favorite photographer. And now I kind of have to say, because, he's back. Stinks. I used to say favorite working photographer, and my favorite photographer is now back in the saddle.
Who is it?
Ryan Russell. He did all of your favorite bands from 2002 to friggin' like 2010. Yeah, he did all the Paramore artwork.
Okay.
The butterfly out
Yeah.
with the butter. He did that.
Okay.
Basically every photo you saw of Under Oath and Maylene for their entire career up until like 2010. He worked with all those bands, and he was just he did my engagement photos.
Very cool.
Yep, my wife did
That's
that.
awesome.
Yeah. We didn't know each other. Like, it's so ridiculous. You're my other favorite photographer. I have two.
You didn't even invite me to your wedding.
Yeah, we didn't know each other. Like, you would have definitely been there, and I totally would have been like, Kurt, I can pay you $80 because I paid Ryan $1,000. But we drove down to Birmingham, Alabama, and we did them in like cobblestone streets. Man, they're so good. I have them on my phone. I'll show them
That's
to you.
cool. Okay.
They're so sick. That dude is just ridiculous, and he does a lot of other stuff too. He did a coffee table book from Birmingham to Bellingham because he moved to Oregon, and it's just photo journey, and it's wicked. He tells a story with every photo. It's just like, dude, you're fucking so good. Dude, you know what I didn't do? He had this watermark that was classic, like in the AP magazine, the Ryan Russell water stamp. And I was like, will you put one of these on my engagement photos? He was like, dude, I don't even know if I have that thing. He's like, but I'll look, and I never hit him back up. I still talk to him on Instagram, but more like just kind of like, yeah, oh, cool, you had a baby. That's awesome. Congratulations, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dude rules.
Very cool. I'll check out. I'll look at his work. That's cool.
Birmingham rules too if you've never been.
Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
I've driven through it. I've never like stopped and explored.
Beautiful, man. Solid food choices. Unless you shout out to Furnace Fest. Go to Furnace Fest.
Okay.
It's everything, and it's probably they say it's not the last one. It's the last one.
Feeling it as the end of an era.
Yeah, it's the end of an era.
So they can still do stuff with the name.
When is
But
it?
it's like what,
When?
100
First weekend
bands
of
in
October.
3 days.
I'll have to look.
It's
October's hard. The parks are busy.
Yeah, I believe it.
And I always go. There's a weekend every October where I go to the castle in Muskogee. It's the Renaissance Fair in Muskogee, Oklahoma, but they switch it into a haunted Renaissance Fair during October, and it is It's the gnarliest haunted house you've ever been to. There's like 20 haunted houses there. They convert the taverns
You
and
have
all the
such
bars
an
and
interesting life.
stuff. Thank you.
You're like,
Thank you.
I do these photo journeys. I'm teaching people how to do things. I work in the woods. It's fantastic.
Yeah, secretly a nerd. Play D&D once a week. Have
You
for
don't
7
say.
years.
Yeah.
No, like legit. Yeah.
No, I believe
Never
you.
would have guessed.
Yeah, I never
Yeah.
would have guessed
Yeah.
that. Like everyone I meet now is like, oh, I play D&D. Like no one tells you anymore.
Yeah.
Because all like half the Venos people I didn't know, dude, they're all playing D&D. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
They come in at night every week.
Yes.
And they have a play.
Uh-huh.
That's awesome.
At night.
Yeah.
They
I've never-
play it at night.
I don't play Magic, but D&D I've been playing with my college roommates since like college and stuff. We've got the same group going, and
Oh,
it's
my
fun.
Lord.
It's a lot of fun. I drive to
Hey.
Conway once a week, or we'll play on Discord. But yeah.
On Discord?
Yeah.
Oh, so you're just like in your house playing on the internet?
Yeah, if we can't meet in person and
Okay.
stuff, yeah, we'll just all hop in Discord and play for a night. But
I like how that's normal for people. That's wild, man. That blows my mind.
hey,
So if I'm at home, I don't want you in my house. Like,
look, like back in high school and stuff,
Unless
that
you're
was when
physically
Skype
there.
was still big. Like back when Tumblr was a
see,
thing,
y'all are
I'd
right
hop
at the
in
right.
Skype.
That shit didn't exist when I was in high school. That was I missed all of it. I don't like it because I'm in this world and I have no clue what's going on.
But did you use AOL Instant?
Dude, barely. I did have one. Pirate Killer.
What about did you ever have a MySpace account?
Oh yeah, for sure.
there you go.
But I wasn't
But did you have friends on
coding
it?
to make the background. Top 8.
Yeah.
The most I think I probably did was like add the song. Remember, you could add the song. Like, so when someone would open your page,
yeah.
the song would play.
I never had a MySpace.
Yeah.
I had
My
friends that
band
had it.
had
I
a-
was there during that era, but I was just
Like
like
my band had
eh.
an Angel Fire account. If you
Okay.
remember Angel Fire.
I don't remember it. I know of it now, but I didn't know of it
Sure.
then.
So we had one of those.
Cool.
Yeah, like the circle. Dude, so terrible. I didn't control any of it. I actually was pretty anti-internet for a long time. I remember when my friend showed me YouTube for the first time, and it looked like a screen, like a TV. I was like, "This is the stupidest." I love YouTube.
My
Yeah,
dirty little
uh-huh.
secrets.
But like I was like, "This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. This will never catch on."
Nice.
I'm one of those assholes.
I'm younger than you, you know.
Yeah.
But so my like high school experience was like right as Rage Comics started. So like Icon Has Cheeseburger and like OMG Facts and like the Flash games, like the Flash games on do what?
Bowman.
Yes.
Flash
Yes. I haven't
games.
thought of that
See,
in
I
like a
missed-
decade or more.
See, I missed all
But,
that. I was working, doing stuff. Like I was trying to.
Like not Lively. What was the place that had all the Flash? No,
Not
well, I mean
4chan.
knew that, but I'm talking
They ruined the world.
Newgrounds.
4chan.
Newgrounds. I was around when Newgrounds. That was like where people would host videos before YouTube existed. People could put videos on there. People put
Justin
Flash games
TV
on there.
was
It's like a
too,
blog.
yeah.
It was like just a general website where you could just put whatever.
What about rotten.com? Y'all remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that was bad.
And so, you know, I grew up during that era. So
Yeah.
MySpace was like during my middle school, but
Let's
it's
say
like
with-
the high schoolers were on MySpace,
Right.
and we just like didn't care. And then as we got older and stuff, kind of everyone was switching to Tumblr. And so
Tumblr,
I got
Facebook.
on Tumblr and was in all the like fandom stuff in like 2011 to 2013.
Then the original Instagram when it was just for photographers.
Yep.
When it was
Yeah.
good. That's
Yep.
right. And when they switched and they got bought, I deleted my Instagram for years. Didn't have one for a long time because I was like, what's going to be trash now?
When they got rid of the chronology.
Yes, it's ass. And it really is. Like, it's good.
I'd agree with that.
It's just hidden.
I like it because it's the photo, and if I don't want to pay attention to the context, I don't have to. It doesn't force it on you. That I love. Because then, Facebook, it's just ad.
That was fucking.
Oh, yeah.
I'd agree.
What's like ad.
And the community was really there too. Like
It was the best. Dude, I had
Russellville?
friends. Yeah. I had friends, real ones from all over.
Yeah.
Because we were all doing photos, and it was like we're connecting through our artwork. It was an art-based app, and it was still gaining traction. It should have never sold, man. And those guys.
At that time was like what we.
Yeah.
Yes. I'll agree with that too.
Yeah.
So I worked for the
That's
Forest
solid.
Service. I worked for the Forest Service when Pokemon Go came out.
Dude.
And I was chilling in the campground. I hadn't seen anyone in like 7 days. I'm serious. It was like the dog days of summer. It was hot. No one was camping. No one wants to camp in the middle of July or whatever,
Charizard.
And I'm just chilling in a lawn chair on the beach. Like literally, I haven't seen anyone in like 8 days. I've not seen a human in 8 days. I'm just relaxed on a lawn chair. I'm listening to music. I've got my iPod shuffle.
Yeah, dude.
And suddenly there's like 10 Jeeps. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. There's like people here on a Wednesday. That's kind of crazy.
They're all
and
on their
they
phone.
all get out and they're like, they walk down to the beach and they're just all on their phones. And I'm like, oh, that's kind of weird and stuff. And like, you can tell they aren't there to camp. They aren't there to swim, but they aren't taking photos. And so I'm just like sitting there. I'm like watching, like kind of amused and stuff. And so I walk over to them because I'm just chilling, I'm like, hey, what are y'all up to? And they're like, oh, we're playing Pokemon Go. And I was like, what does that mean? They're like, well, there's a gym here and we're trying to catch this gym. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And
where's a gym? You're like looking around.
Yeah.
I don't see a gym.
And then, so I was like, oh, that's really cool. And so I drove my dual sport. I still have it. A 1981 Yamaha XT250 with the carburetor duct taped to the
awesome.
to the top end of the motor. Crazy. But I drove it from Spring Lake Campground like 20 miles into Dardanelle to get cell service, and I downloaded Pokemon Go
Oh my God.
on my iPod Touch using the Walmart Wi-Fi.
Wow.
And I was like, cool, I can play this now. And couldn't because you had to have cell service.
Internet, yeah.
So but the next week someone organized a Pokemon Go meetup in the Little Rock
those
River
were
Market.
Crazy.
And
Those went off.
I just was off.
Thousands of people.
I saw it on Facebook. Someone had shared it, one of my friends, and I was like, oh, that's that thing those people were talking about. I'll go. 600 people. Like
just
all the
unreal.
businesses
Yes.
in downtown were like posting lures or whatever and
Yes.
stuff. And I'm here connecting to Wi-Fi's one by one on my iPod Touch. And like,
They were just exploding on your screen. It was like an
There's a
addiction.
Pikachu over here and like a horde of people.
It's-
running to that
but
area.
I'm telling you that
Bulbasaur, just hordes.
but you know what? That park like doubled in visitation for the next like 3 months because people were going out there. People that didn't even know that the National Forest existed were like trying to GPS their way through the forest to go find gyms. And
we
things.
were
Cool.
out
Sick.
we were out there every night for like weeks on end. Our friend's wife would drive us around. I was
Then you look up and be like,
It's the only game I was, dude. It got everyone outside. It did more for humanity than so many things, dude.
No, I'll agree that it did the most in the past decade to get people outdoors and exploring.
An AR
and I'm here for it.
game just nailed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Niantic, hats off to you.
Yep.
You invented one hell of a game. I still think about like, should I download it and just keep going?
It's still got a big community.
Oh, I know.
People
I know.
People come to Pinnacle like all the time just for the gyms. and
That's
stuff.
crazy.
Yeah, like you can see people like slow rolling parking lots, and they're on their phone, and you just know they're playing Pokemon Go. They're like hitting stop after stop after stop in the park, and it's every day.
That used to be like scary, a slow roller. You're like, what are you up to? And now they're like,
Playing
getting a
Pokemon. Yeah, legit though, legit. Like we know where all the stops are in the park, and you just watch them up, and there they go, and like you driving through the park, and you see them at the next, and you're like, hey, yeah, they're Pokemoning.
Catch anything good, fellas?
Yeah.
Man.
Some of my coworkers play and stuff, so they'll like talk with folks and stuff. They did a while back, one of my coworkers did like a Pokemon walk through the park, like got the public and stuff. Like it was an organized event in the park.
Where do
and
y'all
stuff.
put this stuff out at? Is this just on y'all's webpage?
Yeah, so you can go to shout out if the tourism director sees me. Look at me, I'm promoting when I'm off the clock.
Yeah.
ArkansasStateParks.com. You can go to ArkansasStateParks.com. There's a list of all 52 state parks. Click the one that's closest to you or the one that you're interested in.
That's one.
Scroll down to events, and it has all their events, upcoming events listed right there. You can.
There's 52 state parks. Yeah, it's one a week. If
Yeah,
you get one a week,
it's one
you
for
hit them
every
all.
week of the year.
Yeah.
And also, we've got a passport system right now. They're free. You can go pick up a state park's passport, and every park you visit has a stamp.
That's
or
cool.
if it's an unmanned park, it'll have a plaque that you can do an etching on.
Oh,
but
okay.
When you hit 5 parks visited, you get an exclusive bumper sticker that says 52 Club on it, and it's only for people doing the passport system. 25.
That's cool.
25 parks, and you get a deck of playing cards with all 52 parks as the 52 cards. And if you do all 52, you get a free T-shirt, like an exclusive T-shirt and stuff. Yeah.
I guess I'm going to the park, dude.
Yeah, come out to Pinnacle.
There's a little one out by my friend's house. It has like 2 swings in it.
Is it a state park?
I don't know. It's called the Jurassic Park.
No, then.
No,
the only
dude,
one
he's
in the only one in Little Rock's Pinnacle.
Really?
Well, we've got others in the area, but Little Rock has Pinnacle. Then the next closest one is like Toltec Mounds and Plantation Agriculture Museum.
Is Toltec Mound still around? Last
Yeah,
time I
it's
went there, it was
it's
like
Plum
a
Bayou
freaking-
now.
Okay.
But yeah, it's still there.
It was sad last time I was there. There was like a housing development by it. It's like, what happened? I guess LiDAR was invented. Oh, we used to go out there for field trips and stuff all the time. Mid-America Museum, Toltec Mounds, like that whole...
They're still a huge school visit location, yeah. I mean, I keep saying Toltec just out of habit.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
It's Plum Bayou Mounds Archaeological Site or State Park, whatever.
They changed it. See, I didn't even know that.
Toltec people were people in like Middle America and South America.
So
they made mounds.
It was wrong.
Yeah,
Okay.
they made mounds, and so when people found these mounds, they're like, "Oh, it's the Toltecs," you know. But that was never the people group. The Plum Bayou people were the people that made these mounds, and so that name was changed recently to
Interesting.
accurately reflect the people that were there.
Okay, Plum Bayou. Dude, we learned so much today.
Yeah.
This is like a PBS episode with
Thank
the
you.
little swearing and ciders. I
That
love
is
it.
one of the biggest compliments I've ever received, actually.
I
Thank
love
you.
it. No, you're
Thank you.
welcome. I knew this was going to be fun, dude. I'm having so much fun.
Y'all should come out to the park sometime. I'll give you a tour. We can go kayaking. You been on the water out there in any of the rivers at the park or anything? We've got 2 rivers that flow through the park, and we do guided kayak floats and canoe floats on
I'm
them
not.
and stuff.
I don't. Kayak doesn't. I'm a big boy.
Bring it on.
I'm a dense human.
Why we should
I guess how much I weigh.
push her.
It's fine. No, you won't insult me. I promise.
Allegedly.
Well, I will say I'm on medication and the weight keeps plummeting, but I've
Okay.
lost 30 pounds and guess how much I weigh.
I'm bad at guessing, but I'm gonna guess 245. Okay.
No.
I don't know.
400.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. So 3 weeks ago, that number was 430.
I wouldn't have guessed that. That's crazy.
I wear it well. Like I
Yeah.
said, I'm dense.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mass, internal mass. It's shit. I'm full of shit. Hikes? I'm good with hikes. I love
Yeah,
hiking.
come on.
My average steps are like 10 to 14,000 a day.
We do guided hikes almost every weekend in the park. If you want to come and experience more while you're in the park, you can go
We
on a
gotta
hike
go
on your
with
own.
him and do some like stuff, like some
Yeah.
Patreon
It's free.
stuff or something.
It's free. Just come to the park, and we do wildflower walks in the spring where we identify wildflowers and our early spring pollinators.
Do you have one of those dope outfits?
I
Are
have
you
a
like
uniform.
a uniform? Yeah,
Yeah.
like a tan thing
Yeah.
with like a badge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he does.
Oh, you know it.
Yeah, dude. He's got that slender body though. He probably looks so official. Yeah, dude. You know it.
Find a picture for you.
Oh, hell yeah. Dude, we should do that. That would be so much fun.
There you go.
Yo! That's official.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Oh hell yeah.
Did you take that by yourself?
Yeah.
Did you set up a tripod? Yeah.
Tripod it.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
That was my Facebook profile for a while.
Was it with this
Trying to
camera?
find a normal-
Was it
that was with the 3200,
really? Wow.
or maybe a.
That's a crispy photo.
I think by that time I'd switched to a D7000. D7000, still crop sensor, but I got that one.
Good
used.
camera.
Yeah. Shout out to Kurt Jones Photography in Russellville. Bought his D7000 from him back
Yeah.
in the day. This was his wedding workhorse for a long time. Bought this one used from him.
I used to be
get my
so
prints
jealous
from
when
him.
I'd see one of these in the wild because this was like just so much step up from mine, and I was like,
Those are super affordable now.
yeah, I know they all are now. The full frame regular digital ones there with the mirrors, they're like
36 megapixels on this
I
bad
know
boy.
that's crazy.
You know,
24. I'm chilling.
it's big files.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Big.
I've got a lot of hard drives.
I'm about to go to South by Southwest, and the South by Southwest rented an A7R 5s. 51 megapixels.
Yo, Oh, you're about to fall
And I
in
was just
love.
like, no, I don't want it. I want
Uh-huh.
24.
Why? Because you know you'll fall in love. You're like, no, I gotta
because
spend
they have so much
$8,000.
I requested a different camera.
We bought a 14 terabyte drive for this space, so we could collaborate and have enough space to hold like his photos, these podcasts.
Yeah.
Dude, we started
enough.
dumping stuff, and we were like, should we have gotten 2 of these? Like,
Not
what
enough.
the
Very
fuck?
long, and it probably has 2 or 3 terabytes.
I know. Yeah. We haven't had it long at all, and we're already at multiple terabytes
I wish
of.
it was the one though that you could connect.
See, I should be able to do it from my house.
Yeah, you should be able to. That was a huge thing.
Because I'm struggling at my house because I do all the editing at my home. Kurt uploads them to the internet, and then I take them and do all the edit. No, I put them on a hard drive, back them up. Yeah, but the finished file isn't. The finished file, like with all the stuff, just in case. I don't know why, because YouTube's never going anywhere. If YouTube is gone, the world is deleted.
We have bigger problems.
Yeah, we got bigger problems
Yeah.
if YouTube is out of order.
I was trying to look at my phone here and see if I could find out how many I have. But I think I have 12 4-terabyte hard drives right now.
Holy
But
Lord.
I back up everything.
Like redundant style, where
Yeah.
everything's on everything?
So like I've got probably 6 4 terabytes that are like actual work,
Mm-hmm.
and then my most important work is on like 2 or 3 others.
Right.
Yeah. So like 2 or 3 of those
It's
will be
the
redundant.
scariest thing in the world.
Yeah, because I'm worried about that. In a digital world where nothing's analog anymore,
Dude,
archiving.
One flood, it's gone. But I guess your actual photos would be too. Maybe not. They probably
Social
wouldn't
media, cloud storage.
be. Cloud storage,
But,
that's fair.
But
But even
there's not a
that's getting
physical
a little
copy.
pricey. They are asking a little much for the cloud storage now.
I pay like
$20 a
Yep.
month, dude.
Yep.
to have it.
Same.
That's how I
But you're only getting like a terabyte. What's a terabyte now?
I get 2 terabytes.
How big was the last video game you bought? 170 gigs?
I think it was 170 to install, but then it was really only like 100. It was Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate was the
Okay.
last one I bought.
The install is much bigger than what it actually takes up on hard.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It takes a lot of space to write it, but once it's there, it's compressed.
Ah, okay. They
So-
compress inside the machine.
That's like
Interesting.
Remember back in the day when you had like 2 or 3.
Yes.
2 of them to,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah,
download,
yeah, yeah.
But you still
Okay,
just
okay.
want
I
to
didn't know
play
that.
it.
I didn't know that. Okay. Because I was like, even video games now are insane. 10 video games. Well, there you go. You're out. You're out of storage.
Call of Duty
Oh,
updated
see,
at
I wasn't even
100
counting
gigs.
my internal drives. That's all external.
Oh, right,
Like
that's
I
just
have
your-
them, no, I have them in cases, like
Yeah.
waterproof cases, and I pull them out. Whenever I'm editing
absolutely.
or like once a quarter
What's your
is when I
go-to?
back
We're
up.
getting so nerdy. What's your go-to drive brand?
I like Western Digital.
Yeah, I do
WD.
too. Yeah.
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 I don't like their new UI. That one we got, that UI is absolutely trash.
It's such a big drive that it's so
Yeah.
so to plug it into power.
But they're
And
portable.
it's
Like I have a portable 4 terabyte one. That thing is
Those
like,
things, yeah.
I love those
We
passport
haven't
drives.
gotten into this all-
Yeah, I have one SSD, and I don't know what brand it is. I don't remember it. One of my friends built a new PC, and he gave me that one and threw it in my PC for me.
Nice.
And it's 500. It's 500 gigs, but it works.
So it's
I don't know what my
instant.
PC is,
Yeah.
it's a 500 gig solid.
That's what fixed. That's what made computers. The new computers are so fast because of that. You click it and it's just like, boom. No, nothing. Just boom. There it is. We want something else? Boom. Let me
You've
search for it.
also- You've also seen
And I'm-
the other end of that.
You
Well,
know,
that's
and I'm
true.
trying to think. I don't even know if that's SSD now that I'm thinking about it. It's 500 gig internal, but
SSD
more
and
that I think about it,
HHD or HDD.
I don't think that one's solid state. I
It's
think
just
that
a
one's still
regular
disk.
needle drive.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
Imagine
Now
if
that I
it's
think
a
about
name
it,
that just don't-
I've got some.
Well, yeah, because your phone's SSD. Every phone is an SSD
yeah,
drive.
I've got some 500 gig, like
Cards.
I would call it more than just a flash drive.
Sure.
It's a
Yeah.
drive, but it's like a glorified flash drive that's
Yeah, yeah,
500
yeah.
gigs.
Yeah, I've
I've got a
seen 'em.
few of those that are not, those aren't discs. Those are
Quick,
solid. Solid.
easy to conceal, carry them on you.
Yeah,
fast, yeah.
laptop editing, just use them. Yeah.
Yep.
And then
That's what
Yeah.
I've got a whole keyring of the 256 gigabyte thumb drives. Yeah.
A key ring.
Yeah.
It fits on your key ring now. God.
Well,
Well, I
'cause-
say
so I
that.
don't lose them. I keep them all on a keyring, right? But
it has multiple.
yeah, I've got like 5 or 6.
Well, they have a Swiss Army knife that has a terabyte thumb drive in it. It's like, come on.
Sick.
That's pretty sick.
You said that, and immediately my head went to, I want that.
He immediately pulls out his phone. And was like,
He's like, how much is it?
So if you buy the 32-piece set, the shipping the bottles included,
yeah.
I want that.
I want that. I don't want your life. That's what that reminds me of. You remember that? No? Okay. Well, never mind. I forget sometimes.
Okay.
That 10 years makes a big difference.
I found the other one I was looking for.
Hey-o.
The current one.
Look at this dude.
The current one. The other one was 6 years ago at Petty Jean. This one's...
You are one swanky fella.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Man.
Thank you.
What's all the badges there? What is that?
There's one for Arkansas State Park Centennial.
Oh,
There's
I
my
see.
badge with my badge number
I
for
saw
my
that one.
interpretive ranger, which is not law enforcement, to be clear. And
Which
then,
is not law enforcement.
Yeah.
I mean, I pulled over for you.
Hey.
Raggy.
What you guys doing? Like Zoink Scoob?
Like zoinks.
What? Are we at the 2-hour mark? Are we really?
Wow. Okay.
Time flies by in
Yeah,
here,
it
man.
does.
It's a time vortex in here.
I like to talk too, so.
Is it really? Oh my God. Well, let's wrap it up.
All right.
I have a dog I gotta go feed.
Kurt's like, man, I thought we were going to be out of here 2 hours ago.
No, Kurt.
This is where I live.
Listen. He's like, look, I'll fall asleep in this chair. Y'all keep talking for 5 hours. I don't give a shit.
Nice.
I made a rule long ago that I would never tell Corey to stop. That's it.
2 hours is the sweet spot. But
Yeah.
today we did 2
'Cause I'm a big
2.5
fan of
hour
90
ones.
minutes. I think 90 minutes.
I mean, I'll go. I will literally talk till I die.
Look, all I'm saying is Critical Role. Their episodes are like 6 hours apiece. And it's like
yeah,
the
I
most
can listen
watched
to that.
thing.
But I work alone and in houses tiling showers all day. So it's like I have nothing to do. So
Yeah.
the time of a podcast, I'm just like, the longer the better. If I only have to listen to 2 today, count me in. All right, plug your stuff if you have stuff to plug, your Instagrams, your all that, so
Yeah.
people know how to find all the cool things you're doing.
Okay. So my main Instagram is just Sam Files, Files. You can find all of my current projects on there. That's where I'm posting my 5-minute 5-shot videos. That's where I'm posting my photography challenge videos.
Awesome.
That's where I'm posting all my stories, giving people photo challenges to submit. I'm posting them on there.
I love that.
And that's also where you can find me on my stories or through my story archives there, music and stuff that I do. I also have Analog Arkansas. That's where I host meetups and workshops. So if you're wanting to come to a photography meetup, if you're wanting to get involved in community, follow Analog Arkansas. Shoot me a message on there. I can add you to a chat or something. Or, the next time I organize or host something, or if you're wanting to host something, I can get you in touch with a lot of people that are willing to be involved.
Kurt, you should
Mystery
host
Roll.
something. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'd go to that.
Mystery Roll, Instagram.com/mystery roll.
Mystery roll. That's
It's
a
coming
cool
back.
idea.
It's coming back.
That's a really cool
Thank
idea.
you. It's coming back. I haven't posted on there in a while. I haven't developed roles in a while. I just got developer stuff in.
Oh, cool.
It'd been on back order for a long time, but I got a developing kit in finally.
Not
So
a
I
lot
can
of
start.
people making that stuff anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's a high demand. Film is in right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
huge. I can't get it. It
Was
just
it
flies
one of
off
those
the
things
shelves.
where like all the companies died, so there's only 2, like records? Like now you're waiting 2 years to get a record made.
Well, like every mom and pop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. Well, to get your own stuff, yeah. Okay.
It's infinitely cheaper if you're doing.
Clearly, because what you said earlier versus what he has to pay, it's like
Yeah.
that's night and day.
It's a big investment initially because you got to buy the tanks and the bag and stuff. You
Sure.
buy developer yourself, and then you got to have a scanner to digitize it all. And then
Oh,
software
yeah.
to invert it and stuff once
Yeah.
it's scanned. But aside from the initial cost, it's a lot cheaper because right now, like I said, $30 to $40, 40 I think right now
Mhm.
for a kit, developing kit. And I can do if
So
I
much
do them
cheaper.
all in like 1 or 2 days and don't let the chemicals
So, like,
sit, I can do like 100 rolls.
That's crazy.
So as opposed to 20 a roll.
No, I know.
Shots.
100 rolls at 30 shots. That's 300 pictures.
36,000.
Like 40
3600.
600,
3600.
3600.
Right?
Frick.
$40 for 3.
100 times
360.
36.
360. 3 and 100 is 300. 660. Yeah, 360.
I'm not a mathematician. 100 times 36, 3,600 shots.
3,600. I'm a fucking
Yeah.
idiot. Damn,
That'd be
I'm
times
dumb
10.
as shit.
That'd be times 10.
You're right. 10 and 3. Yeah, okay.
Anyways, so Instagram.com/SamFiles, Instagram.com/AnalogArkansas, Instagram.com/Mystery Roll, or YouTube. You can find me there, Sam Files. Come to
You
Pinnacle
rule.
Mountain.
Yes.
Check out our programming. Come to our events, our workshops. Sign up. Party hard. Be excellent to each other.
Yo, that's our new sign off. Be excellent to each other.
Yeah.
I clearly am dumb. Math is not my strong suit. Crashcast Pod, Twitter Crashcast Pod 1. Check us out on Patreon. Maybe we'll be in the woods soon now that I know Kurt's a Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
So many revelations today. And thank you for listening. Peace. Be excellent to each other. I like that.
Party on, dudes.
Party on, Wayne.